Listen to the Voice of Survival podcast every other Friday, right here on the Journey into Comics Network. JourneyIntoComics.com.
The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
Who's ready for Huggies?
Warning, Podcastrophe imminent. This is Podcastrophe with Dick and Tyler, and we're coming at you with a fistful of heritage on a podcast where anything goes and there are no safe spaces. This is Podcastrophe.
Hello and welcome everybody to Podcastrophe. I'm your host Dick. With me, as always, Tyler.
Yee.
And we are also joined today by Mr. Dave Linder.
I always wait for you to turn around and look at me so I can make the situation somewhat awkward.
Oh yeah.
And I'm in a bad mood too, so
Well, we're gonna make your mood better.
yeah, you are. And beer.
And beer.
Beer makes everything better.
Yes. So, Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are
Awesome.
you?
I'm great.
You're
Tyler's
always
not.
doing great.
Not all the time.
I've only seen you in a bad mood like one time.
Really?
Ever.
Well, then you're never at my house
Fair enough. Fair enough.
where I want to kill everything.
Ah.
I mean, what?
He came here and he's like, I'm in a fighting mood. I've been listening to power metal all day.
Yeah.
I have.
How do you like my impression of you? I mean, I obviously
It's
don't.
not great.
I don't have the voice. I'm not trying to go for the voice. I'm more how you say things.
Ooh.
How, I say things different? I don't know.
Yeah, you talk like this. You talk. You enunciate certain things.
do. I
And
do.
it's great. I love it.
I think it all stems from his enormous penis.
Yeah, it's huge.
Hear
Take that, Facebook.
Facebook Live,
It's not. It's adequate for my size.
Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, Spotify. If you're listening, Dave Linder has a huge penis.
Whopping penis.
Whopping. There's the episode title. Whopping.
There's so many titles tonight.
Wheat thins.
So I had a quick question. Do I get shirtless now?
Not yet.
You sure?
Yes.
Because it's already kind of warm.
No, nope.
No?
Just
Okay,
wait.
fine.
Just hold off.
Fine.
Just hold off. It's for the best. I know what the people want.
Do you?
No.
Because the people fucking want Thunderdome.
You want Thunderdome.
I always
People
want.
want
people
Thunderdome.
People forgot about Thunderdome until you came along, so thank you.
Should never
No.
forget about Thunderdome.
No one fucking forgot about Thunderdome. Just like no one will ever forget about Tremors.
Yeah. Well, who
Speaking
runs
of
Bartertown?
Speaking of Tremors, I watched Tremors a cold day in hell last night.
I'm gonna
This
watch
one?
it tomorrow,
Yes.
I think.
It's terrible, in the best of ways.
So it's a Tremors film.
It's a Tremors movie. The only good Tremors movies are the first two.
The third one's mediocre.
Yes.
But all the rest of them suck ass.
God, I haven't seen Tremors in so fucking long.
That's blasphemy in my
I know.
household.
I know.
Like it's so bad, but you just keep watching because it's Tremors.
The amount of times that I have Tremors marathons in my house, I could be totally caught up on Game of Thrones, and I'm not. Because I just keep watching Kevin Bacon be fucking...
Amazing.
Thank you. I said Kevin Bacon, and I starstruck myself. I couldn't speak there for a moment.
Oh, he's one of Earth Mighty's heroes, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he is.
I think Shane is trying to comment on our video. Yeah, he's commenting on like my actual post that I shared, but he's not commenting on the actual video.
Way to fuck up, Shane.
So I'm getting all the comments to my personal thing.
Come on, Shane.
Come on.
I like
He
you.
says, "Jesus fucking Christ, are you fucking talking about Cash Me Outside, girl? It is impressive. Fucking Thunderdome." All caps.
Yes. See,
I
that's
love-
why I
I
like
love me some
Shane.
Shane.
That's why I like Shane.
Good old Joe finally liked the page.
I see it. He's in the fucking...
He's here.
He's in the feed.
We got Alex Dale Taylor. What up, Alex?
What up?
Shane's finally here. He's
Oh,
legitimately here
he's
now.
finally
he's here.
here. Finally. Proud of you, Shane. You made it. We had a great episode with him and Ryan last week.
Yeah,
I saw
Or
part of that
2 weeks
today.
ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was watching part of that today while I was pooping.
Awesome. Yeah, we did it differently. So we recorded that, And then that came out last week. The audio came out last week, but we didn't record audio last week. We're recording this week's episode today.
What?
A day before it comes out, because we want to be relevant.
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
We don't.
You guys.
Not
don't
that
wanna-
I'm legitimately relevant in any way, shape, or form,
No,
but we want to
either.
aspire to
Yeah.
relevancy.
So last
Something to
week,
aspire to.
last week to satisfy the live audience, we talked about God of War for Game Addicts podcast. So that comes out tomorrow,
Perhaps.
maybe. I don't know when it's going to come out.
Yeah, that's unknown.
That is unknown. Either way, it will see the light of day. If it doesn't in audio form, it will definitely be here on the Podcastrophe Facebook page.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to buy it tonight.
God of War?
Yeah, I'm not. I've been. Everyone's talking about it. And
I'm
I've been wanting-
I'm gonna do a quick synopsis for you. It's fucking badass. Buy it. Buy it twice if you can.
Ooh,
Yeah,
twice.
do like I did with Monster Hunter. Buy it twice.
Bought Monster Hunter twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what happened, okay? So I pre-ordered it. And then the collector's edition came available for pre-order. So I was like, I pre-ordered that and I was going to cancel my other one. So I happened to notice that it didn't have in-store pickup for the collectors. I was like, okay, that's stupid. So, but it said it was supposed to ship and be delivered that day, but I wanted to go to the midnight release,
Which we did.
which we did.
At 9 o'clock.
The 9 o'clock midnight release.
That's not midnight. Just so you guys know.
So I went to that so I could play it that night. I also
That
wanted to
we
make-
did.
I also wanted to make sure I played day one. I didn't want to wait just in case like delivery got fucked up and I had to wait another day or two. I didn't want to wait. So I just left them both open. I picked up my regular copy that night. The next day, sure enough, what comes in the mail? The collector's edition. And you know what? I still have both copies.
Nice.
Miranda has my other copy. She hasn't really played it. She doesn't really have time to play it. That's fair. Having kids and all. That happens.
We played it a lot.
Yeah, we played a fuck ton of it.
I played some with you guys.
Yeah, like once.
Yeah, you did.
We should play more. It was fun. I had fun.
I played the other night. It's still there. It's still Monster Hunter. I didn't get to play the Cold Teroth Siege very much.
I didn't play it at all because
Yeah.
I've been so busy. And God of War.
Yeah,
I
God
got
of War
distracted
came out.
with Far Cry 5 because I had to kill rednecks. That was imperative.
That
I
sounds
killed
amazing.
Rednecks.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
I'm not interested in that game whatsoever.
I kind of am.
It was fun.
I
It was
wasn't
fun.
interested in the last one.
I've never played a legitimate Far Cry game. I've only played Primal.
Go back and play Far Cry 2, and
Yeah.
you will understand. Okay, I'll just fuck off. Go back and play Far Cry 2, and you will understand what made the series great. And then 3 was supposed to be everything that the fans have loved throughout the series. And for the most part, they did that. The story was a little bit shitty.
Yeah, I really liked the gameplay in 3, but the story
3
is-
was fantastic
Yeah.
as far as
Story's kinda
gameplay
shit.
goes. And then 4 came out. I never played it. It looked exactly like 3.
Yeah.
And then they had Primal, which I didn't want to play at all.
I played a little bit of Primal.
Let me tell you why I got Primal. I got Primal because they announced Primal and Horizon Zero Dawn at the same exact time. And to prepare myself for Horizon, I got Primal because you could get a bow. I was just in the mood for a game where you had a bow.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And I wanted to play with a bow. And Primal, I love killing prehistoric things. I used to play Carnivores on the PC all the time.
Oh, man.
Carnivores Dinosaur Hunter, where
Yep.
it was a dinosaur hunting simulator.
I think the second one was the best.
Oh, definitely.
Played a lot of Turok back in the day.
Oh,
Yes. Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah, after the third one, it's just kind of been the same game over and over again. It goes along with
It even uses the same map, I've heard.
right. It
Literally the same
It
map.
goes along with kind of Ubisoft's cash cow, like plan structure, I guess. You climb to the top of a tower and you survey an area, and then you climb back down off of the tower, and then you go do
Or you
stuff.
jump off it entirely.
Right.
That's the best thing.
Assassin's Creed.
And then you go do stuff in that area, and then you go to another tower, and then you climb it, and you do all the stuff in that area. It's
It's
just
not quite like that in Far Cry 5 now. They kind of did away with like the towers and stuff.
good.
But I really liked Far Cry 5 up till the ending. The
Yeah, in
ending
Far Cry
fucking
5, you
sucked.
don't really have to look at things now.
No, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to look at shit.
I heard all the endings sucked, all of them.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Shane said he was very disappointed.
It's like there's so much like build up and like I found myself going, yeah, fuck you, Whitey, a lot, and then it was kind of a letdown.
So you were yelling at yourself.
Yep.
Dave is a very large, white, Anglo-Saxon-esque male.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, bitch.
Yeah.
Do you have like? Are you like Norse in any way?
Maybe.
I have like an obsession with Norsemen right now because I've just got off of God of War, so
I got
like
off.
right now?
I got off too. God of War,
I have
but-
as well,
I got off right now.
which is surprising.
Hey, me too.
And you know why?
Right.
What the fuck
It's
just
surprising
happened?
we got off to God of War for anything other than it being fucking amazing.
Right.
Boy.
So back on track. I just didn't have any ambition to play Far Cry 5, and God of War is one of the best fucking games of the last decade, if not of all time. I haven't played Horizon yet. I haven't played the second Tomb Raider. So I decided to take a break from Monster Hunter, take a break from basically life, and just go systematically one by one and go through all of these fantastic single player experiences that I've kind of been putting in my backlog. So I'm getting ready to finish the Assassin's Creed DLC, which is fantastic. And then I think I'm going to jump into Tomb Raider next and then save Horizon towards the end of that. And then there's games like Prey and the BioShock collection, which is fantastic.
Oh, BioShock's amazing.
So
I always wanted to play the original Prey on 360. I played the demo for it. That looked really fun.
I was really pissed that the original Prey 2 that was announced never came to light, and then we got the Prey that we did. And I'm not going to badmouth it because I still haven't played it, and it's legitimately a good game. It just kind of got lost in the wash. So
I've been doing something similar to that. I have like the SNES Classic, so I'm gonna go back and play in the really old fucking like
Hell
role
yeah.
playing games. Like I got Chrono Trigger. I've been playing that.
That
I've been playing as a
is-
kid.
in my opinion, the greatest video game of all time.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's like Goku when he goes Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. It's that fucking good.
It's like fucking good. Man, I love the drama in that.
There was some build up there. You didn't know if I was having a stroke, an aneurysm, or if I was just legitimately being retarded.
The
just
only
now.
issue I find with what you just did is it didn't take 3 episodes of Podcastrophe to do it.
You're not wrong.
Oh, I shit.
Oopsies. I'm gonna open my beer. I've been wanting to drink this for like 2 weeks now.
Drink your fucking
I got
beer.
the Kush Nuggets.
Are we gonna share that? Was that your
450.
plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll at least let you drink it or have a taste, since you already got one open. Ooh.
This is a
I am
Bruce with dudes.
already
You can't do
smelling
that.
this. Oh, every episode of Podcastrophe is essentially a mini episode of Brews with Dudes.
It's like how do I want to say it? It's like a preview of Bruce with Dudes, except we don't drink any of the same beer that they do before they do.
This beer was on last week's episode of Brews with Dudes.
So it's an after. It's a
After hours.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
we've had a few that weren't on there yet, and yes,
all right.
the smells.
I'm
awful
enjoying
dank.
the fantastic platinum nuggets. One of my, of course, like everything in the Nuggets series, it's fantastic from 450
Yes.
North. But the platinum nuggets with the blend, the triple blend of hops, yeah,
Actually, that's one I have not had. That's one I've not had yet.
This is really good. It's very
double blend of hops.
It's
Actually,
a blast of juiciness. Double dry hop, double IPA, Simcoe, Idaho 7, Columbus, and Vic Secret hops. It's got the Idaho 7.
Ooh, that's McKinley's favorite hop.
the Galaxy and the Citras are my favorite personally.
You like Galaxy? I hate the Galaxy.
Do you like platinum nuggets?
No, I do not.
All right, there you go.
Try this.
Well, just keep drinking it. I'll get it when I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm almost done with this already.
You guys are like a bunch of
So
women,
Well,
Yeah.
see,
housewives.
so for any new listeners out there, Blaine and I are life partners.
What's
And
wrong with that?
nothing wrong with that. And we had a kind of epiphany, an awakening, so to speak, today with reality.
oh,
We were walking out to the parking lot from work today, and I said, I don't even remember how the conversation started, but I said, "Are you even real?" And he's like, "Yes." And I said, "How do I know you're actually real?" "Well, you don't." And I said, "How do I know that you're not just a figment of my imagination that's a mirror image of the weakest part of myself?"
Damn.
And he's looking at me like, and I could see like the facial expression, like, "Go on, please elaborate." Blaine and I are so similar in so many ways that it's actually creepy sometimes. But he is like the younger, less angry, more submissive version of myself.
I didn't know you were a sub,
I was
Dick.
just eyeing.
He's me.
I was just eyeing the camera. like,
He's me
what's up?
before all of the life experience, good and bad, that I've had. Where he just kind of goes with the flow, gets angry when he needs to,
I exist.
but doesn't normally show it. I am definitely the more dominant personality of the two of us.
Well, I knew that.
For sure.
I knew that.
For sure.
Well, I still believe the world would be a better place if we crushed our enemies, drank fucking alcohol from the skulls of dead
enemies?
people,
Yeah.
and we listened to the cries and lamentations
Of their women?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
he quoted this yesterday, or 2 days ago.
As you should. He quoted it somewhat wrong, but it's all right.
Yeah.
No, I did it wrong on purpose.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're forgiven.
Don't make me Hulk the fuck out right now.
Ooh.
All right, guys.
I'll throw myself through that
Guys.
window. Hopefully I slip my jugular on the way
Conan
out.
is my favorite, like, book series, my favorite fantasy world of all fucking time.
The second movie was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
The first movie,
Wait, are you talking like the Arnold?
yes, I'm talking Arnold. Obviously, the book series is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not. If you and I get talking about Conan, we're going to be here all fucking night. So
All right, fair enough.
I can't talk about this.
for the majority of people that recognize Conan, it's Arnold.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I
So
totally agree.
The second movie is terrible. The first movie, for what it was and the time that it was, where Arnold was at in his career, I think it's a fantastic film.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorite films.
And, you know, it's got fucking James Earl Jones, even though he's barely in the movie, you know, and
Pretty much.
he's kind of a shitty villain. It's still, I mean, it's Conan's story about becoming Conan,
Yeah.
and not just some fucking dude. So, I love Conan in
do too.
any fucking
Just
fashion.
be a brutal gay.
Just be a fucking barbarian gay.
Be a barbarian gay.
Speaking of that, so we've been watching Chaw
Yeah, we have.
almost every episode, at least in the live feed. That Chaw is made by Magic Hugs, which has not made a video since 2012.
Yeah, they've been on quite the hiatus.
So I watched one of these videos with Nick Maxon the other night. We were just shooting the shit. It was actually directly after last week's God of War thing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I went right over there because he has a record player, and I had a record that needed listened to.
Ooh. You could
So I'll
my
get to that
house
later.
Too, baby.
I'll get to that later. But here's a video that Magic Hugs did called "Elect George Washington Lincoln," and this guy is apparently the Antichrist, and it's awesome. So
Well, he's white, so he's automatically the Antichrist.
Yep.
Today, happening. I'm George Washington Lincoln. Get up there and fucking vote for me. Whoa. Hey, there is some important shit going on. The economy, the Civil Rights Act, hip-hop music, Obama, high taxes. Whoa. I'd like you to meet my vice president. Yeah, right. I never have a chip for a vice president. Want to be a real vice president? See ya! I'm my own vice president. Healthcare. It's the worst. Education. I didn't have one. Abortion. Let's get one. Swedish Americans. Let's deport them. I will teach the shit out of your kids. I like to get out there and deal with people face to face. I'll get shit out of your kids' faces. My name is George Washington Lincoln. Let me run your fucking country. My name is George Washington Lincoln. I approve this message.
That's one of my favorites from their catalog.
That's fantastic.
It's
Hi, I'm Tom Wilkinson. And come election day, it would just be super if you voted for me for president.
I'm fucking back. But it name is George Washington Lincoln, and I'm running for president. So don't fuck it up this time. Things have gone to shit in the past few years. I'm here to fix it. Obamacare, the housing market, the auto bailout, Pawn Stars. George Washington Lincoln. I will claw my way up into the world's butthole and eat my way out. My campaign is supported by some of the biggest names in Hollywood. Patrick Renna, Jonathan K. Kwan, Brock Pierce, Devin Rattray, and obviously Data from Star Trek. And if that's not enough, how about my dad, the devil? He's got the right moves. He's got the right style. I don't give a shit what you say. My dad believes in me. I'm waiting for you, Casey Anthony. I'm gonna fuck you up. I can beat Jesus in a foot race, hands down. I am the Antichrist. My name is George Washington Lincoln, and I approve this message.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Hey.
I wish they wouldn't have died. Or
I know.
Whatever fucking happened to them, because I loved their fucking shit back in the day. Other than Chaw. Chaw was the only thing that I never fucking saw.
That's amazing.
And I rhymed Chaw and saw instead of saying seen.
I never saw Chaw.
Fucking guy.
The Chaw. I never saw it.
Saw.
You know.
Saw, dude.
I was just before everybody got here today. I was listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast this week, and they were talking about some old video about these cavemen. It's called Samesies, and it's this video company. It's like Magic Hugs, but they literally only ever made this one video, and it was like complete gold. Apparently, I want to watch it, but I don't know how long it is, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch it on today's show or not.
Maybe it can be post show.
Yeah. But it's called Samesies, and apparently it's about these cavemen that are just fucking, like, the same sex. They're just having, like, all this gay sex, and then they were like, wait a minute. We need to have sex with the girls, the girl cavemen.
Girl caveman, yeah.
We need to have sex with them so we can make more. That's how that works. But we keep having sex with each other, and they're just, like, in outrage over, like, heterosexual love and all that. I'm gonna look that up and see what I can do. You guys chat with each other while I do this.
All right, we'll just fuck off over here. Dave, you want to go Power Doc?
Oh, this isn't bad. It's only 2 minutes.
Of course.
It's only 3 minutes long.
You're legitimately going to interrupt Dave and I Power Doc?
Yep.
What the fuck, man?
Do you see why he's
fucking oppressive.
Do you see why I say he is what he is?
Do you guys want to watch it?
It's a fucking prison on planet bullshit in the sanctum of fucking dicks.
You guys
Sucks
want
camel dicks.
You guys want to watch it?
Just watch it!
All right, we're gonna watch it.
We'll do it. Let's do what you want to do, Dick.
For once.
I've never seen this.
All right, everybody, quiet. Okay, we're here today to talk about a pressing issue. As you all know, our population has been dwindling, and we think we figured out why. When men are with men and women are with women, basically when we do samesies, no people come out. So we can't do samesies for a while. What? No, we need more people. We don't have enough people. Are you fucking serious? I love samesies. We all love samesies, okay? Just let me explain. Okay, I've created these drawings to help illustrate my point. I'd like to thank Anne for the blood. Where's Anne? Lazy. Lazy.
She's so lazy, I don't get it.
Look, right? All of us
it.
have come from opposites. Almost nobody from same.
That's not true. What about Kirby?
We're not certain about Kirby. When you do it samesies.
People juice. What the fuck is people juice?
No.
That's my favorite part. A lot of people juice.
All right, listen, hear me out. Check this out, ready? We still do samesies, but we take the people juice and we throw in an opposite.
You know you're not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, what if I get you guys to do samesies with me, but I promise to put a people in both of them?
Yes, that's fine.
Awesome.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Why does he look like the knight?
Questions about samesies? Yes.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ilg. I'm the animal herder for the village. You guys know me. Anyways, I think this is great, okay? Samesies are disgusting, okay? No, I'm serious, guys. No, a man should lay down with his woman. not his samesies.
You know this new rule means you can't fuck sheep, right, Il?
That's not true, is it?
Listen, we've got to get moving.
All right, I'll do opposites with Carly.
Ew, no.
Fuck you, Carly. I don't
Enough! Listen, we don't have enough people. We can't get them if we keep doing it with samesies or with sheep.
But they're lady sheep.
Listen, we have to do opposites for now. I promise. Once we have enough people, we go back to doing samesies.
And sheep.
Actually, Ild, I think I speak for the group when I say the sheep thing has got to stop.
Totally.
Okay? No more sheep. Right? No more samesies for now. No more sheep. Like ever.
All right. Fuck me, man.
Wait, what if one day there's too many people, right?
Oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Right? That's it. We're only doing opposites. More people. No more sheep. Only opposites. And no more samesies.
Hey! I didn't know there were other people in these woods.
Starting tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Wow, and Chaw immediately comes up as like the next video. That's great.
I approve.
I do too. That was good. I'm happy. I'm happy we did that.
I'm happy to be here.
Anybody
happy-
down
I'm
for some
happy here.
samesies?
Oh, 3.
Fuck it. Okay, fine.
3 times seriously.
He's the submissive one. Remember that?
Yeah, you're
So
the dom, obviously.
I went around today and I asked 2 people.
All
That's a
two
lot of
people.
people.
I asked a whole 2 people.
Wowee.
I guess I should have asked more people. I was going to ask our other guest that we were going to have tonight, but he's not here. I asked 2 people, if given the opportunity, would you hate fuck Joe? And surprisingly, both said no. And I'm like, look, you don't have to be in love with him. This is just purely hate fucking him. And one of the people I asked was Jennifer, our big fan that's always in.
Did she vomit immediately?
No, she was like, no. And I'm like, I was like, no, you don't have to have sex with him. You can penetrate him. Like, he doesn't have to do nothing to you. You just hate penetrate him.
Hate penetrate. That is
you just
that
stick
is my
something in
new
his ass.
fucking metal band.
Hate penetrate.
penetrate.
Make that a Chips song.
Yeah, it probably already is.
All right, let me
Love
try
melon.
that now.
Oh yeah.
I'll just fuck off over here.
Hey, no.
Thank you.
You have a lot of rage today.
I do.
You were fine at work.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I was fucking mad all day long.
Today sucked.
So was I.
Hey.
Today sucked.
Yeah. Clink.
I was not a fan of today. What do you think? What do you think of that?
What's he think?
What's he thinking of that?
What's he think?
You're my bitchy mirror image. You tell me what I think.
What do you think of that?
It's like we're like golf
You don't like it?
commentaries.
I don't like it as much as I like.
I love this. I seriously love this.
It's the fucking Idaho 7.
Hey,
got a
man, that's
fucking hard
McKinley's favorite.
You got a fucking hard on for that Idaho 7.
I don't think.
It doesn't have galaxy hops in it. That's why you like it.
Probably.
This is delicious, but I already knew it was.
Maybe
Have
it's
you
the
had
big
this one,
secret.
Dave?
I have not had that.
Try that.
Ooh, I will try it with my mouth.
And your penis.
Butt chugging. You can do that.
Yeah.
So we all had a pretty good time this weekend at
Ooh, that's good. I like
That's
that.
one of my favorites.
That's really good.
at North End Pub, formerly Jerry Lee's Pub.
Yeah.
We went and did the Brew Link tap takeover.
Had some really good beer.
God,
Some really,
yes.
I was impressed.
I loved all of that beer.
Well, I didn't love all of it. The one that I didn't like was the Nutter Cup, which you really now hear me out. You hyped Nutter Cup the fuck up.
I really did, but I only hyped it up because normally I don't like stouts.
It's
Okay.
a porter, not a stout.
Oh, porter.
Bam.
You're right.
I
know. I
love peanut butter, and I love porters and stouts. Say stout for me.
Stouts.
Thank you. I genuinely like those two variations of beer. It tasted, the peanut butter taste was there. It tasted too much like burnt peanut butter. Burnt peanut butter is not an enjoyable taste for me. I really like, like toasted peanut flavor, not burnt peanut butter.
Really? I didn't get that taste at all. To me, it tasted like a Reese's Puff, and that's why I loved it so much.
I did get that taste a little bit, but the more I drank it, and especially if I let it kind of linger in my mouth a little bit, it just tasted burnt. And it could have been, it was just my palate for that day. I mean...
I'm not going to judge you.
And it could be one of those things where if I have it again, I might I might legitimately enjoy it the next time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I hated it. It's not the worst fucking beer I've ever had. It's not fresh fruit fucking blueberry milkshake from 450 North. I'm sorry, that beer was fucking gross.
Did you see the new milkshake? Mango milkshake IPA.
Now, see, that one I would probably like. Mango.
I can't wait for that one.
But
I was not looking forward to blueberry, and I was right.
Well, I had it, and it wasn't awful. I mean, it wasn't my favorite I've ever had, 450 North, but
I'm not going to say it was awful, but I definitely hated it.
I hated it.
I went on a rant
a
couple episodes ago about how blueberry is not a flavor that you should pair beer with, and I just... Fix me up a blueberry pie, I might eat a piece. I don't ever crave blueberry. You know what I mean? And
Fair enough, yeah.
It's a preference thing. I mean, but all the other ones, the mint Oreo,
that was fantastic. That was my favorite one.
Was really fucking good.
I had a taste of that. I didn't get one, but I had a taste of it, and literally all you taste is mint.
I had several.
Yeah, see, he doesn't like mint. So.
I don't. And it was good. It was really smooth. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not a mint guy.
I like the way he accentuated the O's.
Smooth.
Probably my favorite one was the fucking pineapple cosmic jacuzzi.
That was good.
That one's good.
And you said I can buy that in town, right?
I saw it at 350 Liquors.
All right, I'm gonna fucking buy some then.
I got a free one that night.
Cool.
One of my friends was like, "This is gross," and I just ordered the mint, and I was like, "Okay," so I just double fisted both.
Hell yeah,
had a good time.
I love pineapple in general. Pineapple definitely is a fruit that pairs very well in beer form.
Yes.
Or manifests itself very well in beer form.
I like that one. I really liked the orange creamsicle.
The creamsicle one was very good as well.
Yeah, that one's really good.
The only one I didn't try was the white stout.
I like that one a lot.
The ivory stout.
Ivory is white.
I've had it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
The white stout. I didn't.
You stop that.
I didn't.
We don't do that here.
Yep. No. I hate to have to hit you because I really like you. I hate to have to hit you.
It's my heritage. I can't help it. But yeah, that's the only one I didn't try. I'm sure I would have liked it. I'm sure I would have liked it.
I had it at BrewLink and it wasn't bad.
I just liked the Cosmic Jacuzzi so much. I just kept drinking it.
I'm not with that.
And then when I went to leave and go to my second bar of the night, some idiot at the door tripped me, and I fell down. And I stand up, and I just keep on bebopping. And I hear behind me the guy that tripped me. And I was in a good mood. So when he tripped me, I didn't acknowledge the fact that he tripped me and break his neck.
Like on purpose he tripped you?
Well, I don't know that it was on purpose, but he was like hanging on the door, and he barely opened the door. So I had to finagle fuck my way through, and it pissed me off. Yeah, so I tripped. I stood. I all those up downs I did in high school. I was fucking right back up, bebopping through the parking lot, and I hear behind me, "You all right, man?" "Yeah, I'm good." "Well, are you retarded?" And my first instinct was stop, about face, and beat them to fucking death.
I would have watched the hell out of that.
Well, it was right at the door, so I don't know that you would have had a choice. You would have seen it one way or the other. And I immediately went adult mode and thought, well, I don't want to go to jail tonight. I really want to go drink more. And my wife's in my truck. And I don't want her to drive that thing because Lafayette would be fucking razed to the ground. Skylar,
that's how you know you're an adult.
Skylar, I love you to death, but you are one of the worst fucking automobile operating people I've ever met in my life. It's a wonder that you're not dead, let alone humanity in general. But
I'm so glad Miranda knows how to drive.
Oh God. But
she can drive.
Yeah, she safely navigated us back from a brewery when we were both asleep once.
Yes.
God, that was a good nap. But anyway, so
I came home and napped more.
So I just kept going because it wasn't worth me going to jail. So
it's amazing when as you get older that like gets in your mind. It happens to me a few times where in my head I'm like, Dave, you don't want to go to jail tonight. You got to go to work tomorrow. There's a fridge full of beer at your house. It'll go bad if you go to jail. Come on. I've done that several times.
I feel like I'm going through an opposite cycle of everyone else, like where all these things that I should have experienced either in high school or out of high school, I didn't, and now I am experiencing them, and now I'm experiencing like I'll find myself getting pissed off at things that I should have probably gotten pissed off at back then, but now it's like now I want to fight people. Back then I was like, I don't know.
I'm kind of feeling the same, man.
But at the same time, it's like, at the same time, I'm like, nah.
I've actually never been in a fight in my life.
Me either.
I've been in a lot of them.
I haven't had the need to. I'm big as shit.
There's been a couple.
I'm not big as shit, so I always had something to prove. Notice how I accentuated the O.
I like the way you do that.
But yeah, so I didn't beat two people to a bloody pulp, and we went to another bar, and I had nasty skunked beer, and then I went home and went to bed.
I, too, went to that bar. I had one beer and proceeded, Well,
we went to that bar for one purpose.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell that purpose?
To get drunk?
No.
Well, I mean, I was there for more than just that. I was there to hang out and stuff, but the main purpose was to I've been telling Rachel, our previous guest and former coworker and friend. I'd been telling her, I told her, I was like, hey, are you working this weekend? She's like, yeah. I was like, cool. I'm gonna be there Saturday. I gotta tell you something. And she's like, well, what? I'm like, I'm gonna tell you Saturday. And then Friday, she's like, where are you guys at? I was asleep, I think.
It's Friday.
I was like, I'm chilling at home. She's like, I thought you guys were coming. I was like, no, I told you Saturday. She'd been holding on, and I'd just been building suspense. And so I'd already told a few people what I was going to tell her. I was going to tell you don't know this person.
Whenever you're ready for another nugget, just grab it, Dave.
You know Rachel.
I might have to. Thank you.
But
you're so nice, by the way.
So I go in there and I tell her, I was like, all right, I made a deal with Joe, the person I'm going to be living with. I said, I talked him into letting me and Miranda and her kids live in his home completely for free. For however long we need to be there. Completely free. The only stipulation is I told him that he gets to fuck you once a week. She's like, what?
I don't know that person, but
she reacted very poorly. But we talked.
And then I tried to amend the deal, and I said once a year. And she still wouldn't bite on that.
Yeah, she was very, very against that.
I think we should bring back indentured servitude myself. Indentured servitude. Now, listen, I said indentured servitude, not slavery.
Okay, all right.
They owe you something. They owe you their work.
They're working off their debt.
They owe you their work.
There's kind of a gray area there you would kind of want to watch out for, but
well,
I see what you mean.
Think about it. If I loaned you $50,000, and
Can you?
Maybe not. You don't know. I've done my due diligence to manage my finances the last couple of years. But so say I owe you $15,000 or $50,000 and you can't pay me,
which I can't.
I say, well, if you become my manservant for a period of 4 years, then that you can work off your debt. And think about it. It's a good plan. You don't have to pay taxes because you don't have to pay rent.
Yeah. You're getting free room and board.
You just have to, you just have to do the things that I ask you to do. And that's like mow the grass and pick up dog shit and maybe give me a back rub occasionally. Nothing sexual, nothing. I'm not going to beat you every night and make you sleep in a cupboard. You know, not that there's one.
You're making this sound really, really nice. So if you have money to lend.
Not that there's one that you could fit in, but, you know, my cabinet space is very limited. I mean, I will legitimately provide you a place to sleep. The problem is, much like communism, and I'm glad that you pointed on the caveat immediately that a lot of times indentured servitude just turns into slavery, because then the free room and board and the tax-free living and everything, you become accustomed to that, and then
Haven't I paid you off?
and
I don't know.
and then you're
Let's
not
just keep working.
then you're not given an exit to leave. So,
Right.
of course, it's a in true utopia, nobody has to work. In communistic utopia, everybody works, but nobody has to pay for anything. It's kind of right there, smack dab in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. So, I think it would be a legitimate good thing if you could do it without, being someone's overlord or master.
Right.
If you treat somebody like an equal and give them the opportunity to do the right thing and pay you back whatever way they can, that's when it becomes a positive thing. But
Rachel, if you're listening and or not watching, I don't see you in the chat. So, Rachel, if you're out there, I really need you to pull through because Joe just raised the rent on me.
that was your fault.
I'm not even living there. He just raised the rent on me.
That's fucked up.
It's okay. It's not much more.
What the hell, Joe? I don't know, Joe.
He's a douche.
According to him, he forgot how much we agreed on, and what we agreed on was too low, apparently.
Or you just misheard him.
No, he said it's hard to mishear. Yeah, that works. That's fine.
Here's where the life experience comes into play, Blaine. Whenever you make a deal with anyone, there needs to be a contract written up.
Yeah.
There needs to be signatures
Agreed.
applied. There needs to be witnesses to all of these things. Because one way or another, if you and I make a deal and no one else is around and you agree to something or I agree to something, in the end, somebody gets fucked.
Unless we're both really awesome people. And
That never happens.
That never
no,
happens.
it doesn't. You're right.
No one is truly awesome people.
I love
No one
I
is
love
awesome
you. I
people.
love you, but I would never deal financially with either one of you.
No.
You don't do business with friends and you don't do business with family. That is the fast track to fuck your life up.
I wholeheartedly agree
You
with that.
do not do that. The reason I know this is I've made these mistakes. So, there's a little dad advice for you.
He is a dad.
I am a dad.
Thanks, old dad.
Yeah, I do call myself old dad a lot. I'm
Yep.
getting fucking old too.
I'm
And I'm
pretty
the
sure I'm
youngest-
more older than you.
and I'm the
more than
youngest-
you are.
I'm the youngest one in the room, and I'm getting fucking old.
You do older
Are you the
things.
youngest one in the room?
Yeah, I'm 26.
Oh, Jesus. How old are
Easy.
you?
27.
I just turned 28 yesterday.
I'll be 27 in
So.
6 months. Or 28 in 6 months.
I'll be
Sucks.
I'll be
So you know.
I'll be
okay.
27 in October. So
Ooh.
We are exiting our 20s.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, all
Fucking
of
blows.
us are. I mean, really.
I'm really not too worried about it, really.
Apparently, Shane's been commenting, and it's not coming through. I don't know.
What the fuck, Shane?
And Shane just messaged me. Are you seeing these comments, you fucks?
I need to see these comments. Which one is he commenting on?
I don't know. I'm not getting any notifications. He's apparently in here.
I just know there's some people that have joined.
Yeah, we got Devin Nutemaker, who's a previous guest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a sexy bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah, we saw Devin Saturday
Shane,
night.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any of your comments. You're not.
Him and T-Soms are like butt buddies.
You're not showing up.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Jennifer's asking too. She's like, "Can you see everybody's comments?" I'm like, "No, bro.
Can you refresh it somehow?
No, not without ending it." Wow, 51 comments.
Oh,
It says
shit.
52 comments. It's not. They're not showing up. So I might have to keep track via my phone.
Yeah, just mute your phone and then fucking pull them up. But I do have a topic. I'm gonna rewind a little bit when we were talking about video games, with God of War and games like Horizon and Assassin's Creed fucking from the ground up redid everything that they already had established to make Origins, and in my opinion, they definitely made the best game that they've made in their franchise history. You've got, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider did the same thing. They went back to the beginning. They kept the same iconic character, but they built a great story from the ground up. And I'll say the last 2 years in the video game world, you hear over and over again, well, everything needs to be multiplayer focused. Everything needs to be open world and procedurally generated, and everything, you know, the industry trends is everything needs to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't think that's the case, you know, and I left out The Last of Us. How could I leave that out? You know, one of the greatest fucking video games in history.
Jack Rose says, "Give me a kiss."
That's for you, Jack.
Yeah,
Let me wipe my lips off. But, you know, I could go on and on about the track record of fantastic games with fantastic narratives and that are engaging and grip you and pull you into the story. And I've kind of been butthurt and really down about the industry trends the last, you know, I'll say the last 5 years. You know, Mass Effect Andromeda, one of my favorite video game franchises of all time, went fucking open world, and because of a shoddy development cycle and their overlord EA fucking ruining everything, that franchise is no more, at least on hiatus. With game, especially, you know, when you play through God of War, at the end, you will see what I'm talking about, because every time there's a major story element, it's something you don't expect, or maybe it's something that you kind of predicted 4 or 5 hours earlier, but it hits you so hard. You know, we as people are living vicariously through these video games and books. I mean, think about when you read fucking Conan. You're not reading a story about Conan. You're reading your story as fucking Conan.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I don't. The reason I brought this up is I saw an article the other day that said, finally we admit, after God of War, that single-player games are not dead. Story-driven games are not dead. And I was so fucking happy to see that, because everything, especially now in the last 6 months, is Fortnite, PUBG, Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. There is no substance. There is nothing to that. Yes, I agree. Jumping on and playing video games with your friend is fun. I've done it with your friends. I've done it for years. It's a blast.
Yeah.
But if I have a couple hours to kill, and you know it's the early hours of the night, and I don't have any plans, and I want to sit down, I want to be engrossed and involved. We need these games to stick around. And you think about it, $60 for a video game is still $60 for a video game.
Right.
You know, for a lot of us, that's, you know, for a lot of people, that's 10 plus hours of work just to buy a video game. So why would you push to get shit that has no substance and no content when you can have masterpieces like The Last of Us and Horizon and Gears of War for the most part has
first two were great.
I think the third one for me was.
I don't know if I've played the third. I played the first and second.
If you haven't played the third one, go back and play it, because it is fantastic. It's definitely the capstone of that series. You know, look at what Halo was going to be at one time. You know, Destiny was heralded as this fantastic story experience, and it fucking blew dick. And then they came back with a second one, and they made it a little bit better, but they took all the good stuff away from the first one. And we don't always need to be up each other's ass all the time. We need to have times where we can sit down and do our own thing. And I was really glad to see that article, and I really hope to see more from Kratos and more single-player experiences coming down the pipeline the next 6 months or so. Especially we got E3 next month, so that's going to be big.
I can't wait for that.
I mainly play single-player games, because I don't usually fuck around with online. No, I played a lot of Overwatch. Overwatch is fun. Like, if I'm looking for something, just sit down and, you know, kill an hour or two, something like that. It's fun,
and it fills its niche.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not going to sit down for 12 plus hours a day every day. I mean, imagine if you didn't have a job. If you didn't have to work at all.
I don't have to imagine too hard.
Right, but, I mean, imagine if you did not have to work and you did not want for anything. What are you going to fill your time with? Bullshit, you know, nothing? I mean, don't get me wrong, Overwatch is a good game, and it definitely fills its role. But would you rather play as the God of War or a cartoon multiplayer shooter?
Right.
You know?
I completely agree, man. Like I said, I mainly play single-player games, but every once in a while I'll play some multiplayer. But for the most part, and to be honest, my internet usually sucks, so I used to play single-player, like old-school games. So I'm kind of a retro gamer, too. I kind of collect retro games.
Right.
I have a 64 at home and Super Nintendo. I go back and play that shit more than I do.
Shane says, LOL, fucking Dave. 2 jobs and still feels unemployed.
Damn right.
America. So now that I've went on my short
your
slash
wife-
long.
Your wife says Harry Potter Legos is a good game.
Well, and you know,
Legos are a great thing.
Legos are a great thing. The fucking Danish had it. They definitely figured that shit out. I've been to the original Legoland in Denmark, and it's a cool fucking place. The Lego video games, there's been a lot of bad ones. The Force Awakens one, I bought that when it came out. It's a fantastic game. They didn't change a lot about the story.
I played the Marvel one a lot. That was fun.
The Marvel Superheroes one?
Yeah, the older one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one. You know, they've delivered on a lot of fronts, and the Lego games make you feel like a kid.
Yeah.
You know, some of the puzzles are really hard, and you actually have to think about what you're doing, but it's very humbling. It makes you feel like a kid again. You know, that's what Lego's all about.
Yeah.
So now that I've went on my video game rant, what has been blowing up in the chat feed?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
It's about how cute I am.
All right, well, let's elaborate.
There's so much. And, you know, this doesn't even show all of it. I actually had to chat about this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I actually had to go to the page and view it all on my computer, but
Tell us, Dick, tell us.
Tyler, well, it's all out of context, because, yeah, there's no...
Why do we always have to have technical difficulties? For like
this is the first time this happened.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. For the first 25 episodes, we had no fucking difficulties whatsoever. In the last 10 episodes, it's camera won't work, live stream won't work, live stream comments won't work. Oh, camera won't work again.
Last week was sound.
Yeah, no. Now we have no sound. Oh, Tyler didn't have his phantom power on for fucking 30 minutes. You know?
We did that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We need a production crew.
Yes, we do.
But
we'll have that eventually.
That's one rant down. I can check that off the list.
And done.
2 questions.
Yes.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Discuss.
I'd say so.
It's a sandwich. It's something.
It's meat and bread.
Well, it's
a sandwich.
Not necessarily meat. It can be.
Well,
there's fucking those weird people who eat veggie hot dogs.
Yeah.
I'm vegan.
That was good.
Yeah, it was.
I like that.
Yeah, but it's something sandwiched between 2 other things. Is an ice cream sandwich a sandwich? It's not bread. So if you really want to break down what a sandwich is, it doesn't have to be bread.
It's something between 2 somethings.
Yes.
Yeah, sandwiched between 2
Yes.
things, like he said.
Yeah.
Because I can go make a cookie sandwich right now.
I have several times.
Take 3 cookies and fucking smash them on top of each other. I now have a cookie sandwich.
Shane says it's a sandwich. Move on.
Jesus, Shane.
Hey,
God, we need to get Shane back on.
You don't
here.
fucking run this show. Fuck off.
Can he, though?
Maybe he should.
Maybe he should. Maybe he could be our fucking crew.
There can only be one. We must have a quickening in Thunderdome.
Maybe.
Oh shit!
Wow, 2 of them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
He could be our production guy, and just like he'll have a mic himself. So anytime he wants to interject, he can just pop in. Nope.
Hey,
hey.
But I do
love
want
that,
to
man.
take it. Now that we're talking about Shane, I want to take a second and let everybody know that their GoFundMe is still active.
Yes.
Throw some dollars their way because it is for a good cause.
Yeah.
They're also doing a benefit show.
Yep, which I'm fucking pumped for. I was telling Blaine and I told Ryan on Saturday night because it's the first time I've seen him since he was on Podcastrophe. after the show, like the next day, I started listening to the stuff that they had on Spotify, and I really dig their stuff. I like your
They're
guys'
good.
stuff too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and this is the first time that I've seen you since Saturday, which was the first time that I'd seen you since you were on the show when I wasn't on the show.
That's true. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yes. So,
Shane says, "Oh, thanks, guys."
I really dig their shit. So check them out. Throw some coins
Yeah.
their way.
Throw some shit their way because
Yeah,
they deserve it. They're
definitely.
great guys.
Yeah, June 9th is their benefit show.
Yep, I'm pumped for that.
I happen to know that there's one band. I know one band that's going to be on that show.
Do they suck?
Yep.
Sweet.
Is there going to be a giant Anglo-Saxon-esque man shirtless?
More than likely.
Yes. Well, so this will be my first official Doom Room show.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Because the time period where I worked for my last job, I had no life because I worked 24 hours a day pretty much. And when the Doom Room started to get hot, I didn't have time. And then I had a kid.
Yeah.
But so
Doom
really
Room shows
pumped-
are great.
Really pumped for my first Doom Room show and to see them and you and stuff.
Oh, shucks. Lower your expectation for the chips now.
I have
It'll
no
be fine.
expectations.
Good.
It's the only way I make it
Good.
through life.
Back to my question. Jennifer commented on it. She says, hot dog's bun is connected, whereas everything you're referencing is two separate things.
What?
I guess that's an argument.
Hot dogs, and they're not connected in any way. They're laying on top of each other.
Ooh, there. I had another question.
Go ahead.
So, also dealing with hot dogs. Does hot dogs go on pizza?
No. Pineapple
No.
goes on pizza. Hot dogs do not go on pizza.
You know what? I'm going to high five this man.
I agree with this. I agree with
fucking
everything
love
here.
Hawaiian pizza.
I do
Whether it's
too,
with
man, I do
barbecue
too.
sauce or regular pizza sauce. It doesn't matter.
Shane says, still a sandwich. It's not a pocket. Surprised he didn't say move on.
Now he's going to say move on.
No, our good old pal Sean,
Sean Tag?
yeah, at work said, I
Reverend
asked
Sean. You have to refer to him as Reverend Sean.
Reverend Sean. I asked him about the hot dog question,
Sink.
Oh, yeah.
and then he's like, "But does it go on pizza?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "There's a place in Frankfurt that does it. I guess Arnie's in Frankfurt does it with like ketchup and mustard and shit." I'm like,
I mean, it's a niche thing. I mean, you do... Pizza's a thing you can put whatever the fuck you want on it, okay?
"Sausage goes on pizza, but not hot dogs." Ryan thinks they can. Well, Ryan, you're wrong.
Well,
Yeah, Ryan.
I'm gonna change my answer. Put whatever the fuck you want to put on a pizza, and don't worry what other fucking people have to say about it. Because if you want to eat a hot dog fucking pizza, eat the motherfucker and then move on. I mean, honestly,
Yeah. Put whatever you want on pizza, but keep it the fuck away from me. That's what I say about that. You know,
are you throwing some fucking heritage shade right now?
I think you are.
I might be. I just might be.
Hey there, pal. Why don't you go over to the bubbler and fucking drown yourself?
Oh,
eh?
the fucking bubbler.
I don't appreciate your fucking attitude there, pal.
Shane goes, "No, Tyler, fuck that. That is not a fucking pizza."
Shane is so angry all the time.
It's just a pizza with hot dogs on it, so it's technically still a pizza. It's just a pizza with hot dogs on it.
Yeah, it sucks.
You suck. How am I defending hot dog fucking pizza right now?
I don't know.
What did you do to me?
I
Jennifer
really like
sa-
how when I'm on the show, it's all about food. Because
Jennifer says Rick put chili and peanut butter on a pizza. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sweet-
like you
sweet
said,
fucking savory.
you can put anything on a pizza. I mean, I made a s'more pizza at Monocle's.
Just shove it in your ass.
No,
please.
I don't think I want to
Go open
do
your
that.
beer, Dave, before you have beer withdrawals.
I'm getting there. Because I'm an alcoholic. Oh, that was live.
I'm so glad you're here.
Dave will be right back.
Dave will be right back.
So while Dave is opening his beer, what do you have topic wise?
Oh, I was going to talk about. Did you listen to the new Parkway Drive album?
I did listen to the new Parkway
What do you
Drive.
think?
So I almost forgot that I was supposed to listen to the album before the show, and then I heard one of their singles off of the album on 93.5 a couple days ago, and it was okay. Every time I've listened to Parkway Drive stuff, it's kind of okay.
Yeah.
And then the last couple days, I've now listened to the album, I think, 4 times in 2 days. So I've listened a lot of airtime with Parkway Drive. Because it's not a short album. The songs are all kind of long.
Dave, put it back on. I told you not yet.
What?
I told you not yet.
I thought right now.
Oh. Well, I guess it's already out.
All right, Dave has his shirt off.
Dave's shirtless.
I just thought that's what we did here.
So, at first I didn't really like it at all. And now on listen number 4, I'm actually starting to dig it. It is
About where I was about listen 4.
You warned me that it was a very ballad-y, and it is. But I also really dig ballad type songs, so I'm gonna kind of stick with the fact or with the opinion that Parkway Drive is still not one of my favorites. But overall, I really do dig this album.
Yeah,
you know,
I upon my first listen, I listened. That was the vinyl I had to listen to at Nick's, which was on like his record player speakers, not his like full system. So like it was just barely audible, and him and I were just chatting the whole time, so it was background music.
Right.
And the songs I did hear, I'd already heard because the next day I got the album and listened to it. I was like, this is weird.
There's a couple of songs on the album that I think you could entirely remove, and then the album would be very good. I don't remember the title tracks or the track titles off the top of my head to elaborate and say which ones those would be.
I like the opening track a lot, Wishing Wells.
It's okay for me.
We listened to that on the show.
Yep.
With AJ and Keegan.
I bet Keegan loved it.
No.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep listening to it. Since we talked about Breaking Benjamin's new album, I've kind of been sucked into that album, Ember. I'm really, really digging it. It's one of my favorite Breaking Benjamin albums, actually. Really? And, you know, thankfully, now we both have our tickets to see them in August.
Another band that we're going to be seeing on that same bill is Bad Wolf, and they're coming out with a CD this Friday, May 11th.
I also have some music front news. I heard this on my way here. Bullet for My Valentine, I heard their new single. It was okay.
They're doing new shit?
Yeah, I didn't even know that they were
their
still
last
around.
album, Venom, awesome CD. Very, it's a lot like their first CD, The Poison, which is everyone's favorite Bullet album.
Yeah, I've actually seen Bullet.
That was my first time with seeing them with Lamb of God and Slipknot.
Wow, cool. That sounds way better lineup than I saw.
The Summer Slaughter. No, that's not Summer Slaughter. It was some summer tour. I can't remember what it was called,
but so their new album comes out next month. I think it's June 9th or 19th. It's one of the two. I think it's 19th. But I was happy to see them come out with a new album because I thought they were permanently on hiatus. I didn't know that they were doing anything else.
So after Fever came out, which is like 2010, 2011, I think around 2013 they came out with Temper, which was complete garbage.
Yeah, that one was fucking bullshit.
Nick Maxon and I, we ripped that album quite a bit. We would watch the video just to make fun of it for Riot, and we would just run from the sirens, run from the law, Riot, just making fun of it.
I really only liked Scream Aim Fire. Was the song
that
I
wasn't
really
a bad
liked.
CD. I hated it at first, but as I grew older, I like it more.
Yeah.
I don't even like all of the Poison. Venom though, that was a really good CD. That was a return to form. I thought it was better than Fever. It was better than obviously Temper.
Right.
This new album, I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard any singles from it, but hopefully they built on.
I liked it. I actually I don't remember the name of it, but
hopefully they probably Get Over It or something like that.
I liked it.
But hopefully they built on that return to form.
One of the other bands so the lineup for the bands that we're seeing in August.
I'm so glad Shane is in the comments. He is just commenting.
Breaking Benjamin, Five Finger Death Punch, Bad Wolves, and Nothing More.
Yeah, Ryan has a boner for Bad Wolves. I still don't fucking like Bullet. You guys really do need a producer to just pipe in the comments.
Thank you, Shane. You can fill that role.
Can you fill me, Shane?
I have. Ooh.
Yeah, I said it.
Ooh.
Whoa.
It's 2018.
I have. I have big hopes for Bad Wolves.
Yeah.
I love their cover of Zombie so much, and I'm one of the few people I think left or around that likes it when supergroups succeed. Mm-hmm. So I want to see them do. I don't want to see anybody fucking fail for no reason. I like the shit that they've put out, so I hope they do well. Nothing More is a band that you weren't really excited to see when you saw them last month or the month before, whenever it was. And then you told me you actually really enjoyed their show.
I enjoyed their show. Have I listened to them since? Not at all. But I enjoyed their show.
I've listened to them a lot, and I haven't seen them live, so I'm really pumped to see them. Death Punch is another one that I saw you vomit.
Death Punch is a super group.
Right. And they've up and down.
Yeah, a lot more down.
I saw Five Finger Death Punch at Mayhem, I don't know, like probably 4 or 5 years ago.
They were my first concert at Mayhem. The very first Mayhem. They were side stage.
Oh, they were main stage when I saw them.
Yeah, I saw them that one too.
We were I think it was like 4 of us there. We were the only people like not out of their seats going crazy. We were just sitting there on our phones.
You were in seats.
What's that?
You were in seats.
Yeah, pavilions.
What? Who else was at that show? What other? That was Korn and Rob Zombie, right?
It wasn't Korn. Rob Zombie was the headliner.
Yeah.
We went and saw them for Amon Amarth was there. It was Amon Amarth, Mastodon, Five Finger Death Punch, Rob Zombie, Machine Head.
Cool.
Slipknot.
No.
Because Rob Zombie and Slipknot headlined Mayhem. The only other time Rob Zombie was there was because I was at the show. I saw him on Amarth too and Machine Head. It had to have been Korn. Or Megadeth. Megadeth was there one year too.
It was not Megadeth.
Slayer.
I remember. It was not Slayer. I've not seen Slayer. I'm a huge metalhead and I love Slayer.
I wish that I would have seen them, and I have just not.
Their last tours this year.
Shane's like, I feel like everyone is talking about different shows. Dragon Force was on the one with Mastodon. Yeah, that was the very first Mayhem Festival. Mastodon did 2 Mayhem Festivals.
I haven't been to any Mayhem Festival, so
I went to one.
I'm going to be that guy that hasn't been to one.
I think there were 3 that I didn't go to. The rest I did.
I've only been to one. That's the one like festival I've been to. I just go to like shows, and my music taste like varies. Right now, it's been very much like stoner doom metal, which probably means meaningless to you guys, but that and power violence. I'm getting into power violence.
I like power violence. Croteen.
They're like
Croteen.
Lighter power violence. The shit I've been listening to.
Yeah,
Croteen. I listen to music.
They're great. I do too.
I love music. I mostly listen to metal though.
I listen to a lot of everything, but recently it's been like really power violence-y, and the people at work hate it. Because I'll come in and be like, boom, and it's all like, I hate the government and screaming and double bass and.
This might be up your alley. So, you know Lamb of God?
I do.
Do you know what they used to go by?
Something. Oh shit! What was it? I'm gonna kick myself. I don't.
They used to go by the name Burn the Priest.
Burn the Priest. I just burned something. Yes.
So they recently decided to
flaming buttholes.
They recently decided to release an album under the Burn the Priest name.
Cool.
Really? And it is is a full cover album, punk songs.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I don't know most of the songs. I
probably
there's probably Kerosene.
That sounds familiar.
Kerosene. I can't remember the other one. But from what I heard, the Kerosene song and the other song that they have released both sound fucking awesome. They're punk songs with the Lamb of God twist.
Cool. That's awesome. I love when Slayer did that.
Yeah. I don't know much Slayer.
The Slayer did an album, all of punk. I think it was something aggression.
Shane asked, Dave, have you listened to Unleash the Archers?
I have not, but it sounds like something I should.
Holly Howard, how can you be a metalhead and not see Slayer?
That's my cousin Holly, and
Yes.
she's more metal than you.
Doubtful.
I love Slayer. Never got a chance to see him. I take that back. I had a chance to see them. Me and my
Holly
buddy.
would pick you up and spit in your ass and then laugh at you.
You haven't been around me. I'm pretty metal.
I literally am around you right now. I've been around you for almost a year.
This has probably been my most unmetal year of my life.
Shout out to you, Holly, because you're a badass.
I'm intrigued.
I don't know you, Holly, but I feel like you were either on par or less metal than me.
That's a bold statement, my friend. You're attacking my heritage and my fucking family.
I at
there.
least have seen Slayer.
Fuck. Fight. Don't actually fight. It's a
Blaine-
small room.
She says I would fight you.
Blaine
Hell yeah.
doesn't want to call down the thunder, because when lightning strikes, everybody gets hurt.
It's a small room. I would be involved.
Dicks would be out.
Could we use you as like a bumper? Like we just bump into you and bounce off?
It wouldn't hurt me, so go ahead.
Hey!
That's like me and Pits nowadays. I become like the Pit dad.
I'm
Feel like run into me. They're like, I don't really move. So like, oh well, over here.
I'm the anti-pit guy. When I go to concerts, I like to sit down. I like to have the option to sit down.
The option. Fair enough.
So I like to be standing in front of my chair, and if I want to sit down and give my legs a rest for a minute, then I sit down. And then I still enjoy the show.
Nothing wrong with that. Recently, I've been getting into, kind of on accident, I've been like, for big shows, I've been like right up front on accident. Like,
how the fuck did I get here?
No, literally that's what happened. I went and saw The Descendants. If you guys know The
Yep.
Descendants. I love The Descendants. We saw them in Chicago last year, and we were about 40 feet from the stage. And as soon as their first song hit, I don't remember moving. And I was at the front row at the guardrail the entire rest of the show.
Hell yeah.
Like I even sang in Milo's mic. And
Hell yeah.
it was amazing.
Did you ejaculate?
Probably, I don't know. It happens all the time. It's kind of hard to tell
Wait,
nowadays.
Ejaculation or I'm confused.
Nowadays.
If you're gonna get something out of my cooler, Blaine, you need to zip it shut.
My bad.
I zipped it shut.
It wasn't zipped shut all the way.
Still more than you did it.
Yeah.
Now it's the same.
All right, what are you doing there, Blaine?
I'm pulling the comments up here because I'm tired of looking at my phone to do it.
Yeah, I wish you would have just done that earlier.
Yeah. Wish you would not suck.
Yeah. Fucking piece of shit.
I don't know if I should keep it at the top. Bad Wolves only has 2 people in semi-successful bands. It's not like fucking Light the Torch / Devil, you know. Well, fuck you, Shane.
I'm not gonna argue with Shane because he's not wrong.
Nah.
And
I still love Shane with all my heart.
Normally, my first inclination is to argue with somebody no matter what, but I mean, they're not truly a supergroup. I mean,
No.
if you want to call them a supergroup, that's not really what they are. But
I mean, Berklin, I think it's Berklin. He was in Devil Driver. Sorry to interrupt.
God, I want to kill you.
And then Doc Coyle, he was in God Forbid.
Right.
And then their singer, Tommy Vext, he was in Divine Heresy and a couple other bands.
Mm-hmm. I'm very eclectic. When I find a sound that I like, I devote myself to that sound. That's part of the reason why I like Nothing More so much. I really like his vocal style, and obviously a lot of the songs that they've produced thus far are radio rocky songs. But I like their shit. It's unique. You know, when you listen to his vocals don't sound like anybody else. And I couldn't begin to remember his name because there's beer and I'm tired and
I couldn't tell you.
what have you. But I really like their sound, and that's, the music might not be 100% all the time, but when it comes to music, I give people the benefit of the doubt a lot of times, I think, when I shouldn't. Megadeth is not one of the greatest bands of all time. I'm sorry.
I like them, but
I like Megadeth too, but if you're gonna go top 10 greatest bands of all time, Megadeth cannot be in the fucking top 10. It cannot be in the top 10.
No.
You cannot put Metallica and Megadeth both in the top 10.
See, yeah, I agree. Megadeth to me,
top 100, definitely.
Yeah.
Megadeth is definitely in the top 100 greatest. Top 50, definitely. Top 10, Megadeth is not in my opinion.
Are we talking about bands in general, or
just bands in general,
or metal? Okay.
When I look,
Pantera.
Pantera is definitely in the top 10.
There you go.
When I go,
I agree to that.
When I go top 10, or when I do the top 100 greatest bands of all time, it transcends genres.
As it should.
It's not just metal. It's not just alternative. It's not just basic rock. It's everything. You either make the cut or you fucking don't. If you're going to look at the top 100 greatest bands of all time, Fleetwood Mac and REO Speedwagon have to be on there.
Oh, yeah, definitely Fleetwood Mac.
Top 10 greatest bands of all time. Zeppelin has to be in there.
Definitely.
Metallica has to be in there. Pantera has to be in there. Sabbath has to be in there. So when you're going to go that broad, you cannot be narrow-minded and just...
Yeah, you're right.
Just, I hate to say narrow again, but narrow it down to one fucking genre.
Narrow house.
Thank you. But
I wanted to say narrow.
So I want to see them. The whole point of me talking about this is his Bad Wolves comment. I want to see them succeed.
I do too,
because they are talented enough to not only cover one of the most popular songs of all time and do it right, but they still sound unique and hold true to the origins of the song, and they're talented enough to make money playing music, and I can't say the same for myself. So why should why should I just shit on them and want them to fail? So that's where I'm at with it.
I agree. I love. They came out with another song with Diamante called "Hear Me" or "Hear Me Now" or something like that.
Yep.
I wasn't a big fan of that.
It's okay.
It was okay.
I think I have such low expectations when it comes to music because I'm so open-minded. And I don't even know that I would say low expectations, but I'm open-minded. When somebody walks up to me on the street, I don't think they would think that I listen to gangster rap, but I do.
I do too.
I mean,
I will.
Music.
I listen to 90s gangster rap.
That's what I'm talking about. Music always influences each other. I mean, every genre influences each other in a way, so... Music is good, and we need it as people to fucking survive because our brains can't handle the absence of music. So,
I totally agree.
Back
when I was
regular
younger,
gay.
Back when I was younger, it was all fucking metal, man, and I hated everything else. Now I get older, it's like, why was I like that? So I like everything.
There's only two things I won't listen to, and that's mumble rap and pop country.
I totally agree to those two things.
I mean that's not music. That's shit. But. If I'm picking my daughter up from daycare, I put 96.5 or 102.9 on, and my daughter hears Justin Timberlake come on the radio, and she goes fucking nuts, and that's a good feeling for me. And JT is a fucking
great,
artist,
right?
Yes. But I'm not gonna put it on 105 and listen to fucking Florida Georgia Line, fucking country rap. It's fucking bullshit.
It is fucking bullshit.
Bullshit.
Ryan is getting upset that you guys are even slightly critiquing Bad Wolves.
I'm not even critiquing them. I'm fucking putting them on a pedestal.
I've not even mentioned them.
I guess
I would say
I haven't said shit.
I would say I critiqued them with their new song, but it's not a bad song.
Go die.
I guess.
No, I don't.
Jennifer says I like Spice Girls. Shane says fuck Spice Girls.
Hey,
we don't say that.
We're arguing.
Y'all say that.
We're arguing in the comments now.
This is one of the most active chat feeds we've had ever.
Honestly, yeah. Thank you, Shane.
You're welcome.
And others.
It's Shane, not me.
Your boy Jack Rose was lighting it up earlier, but we didn't see any of it.
I didn't see any of it. You saw it.
I skimmed it.
You're a dick. I like Jack. He's a good dude. He just bought a house. Congrats to you, Jack, on buying your first house.
Yeah.
Now put a ring on that girl's finger and become fucking suburbia.
Yeah.
Pop country is very nearly the worst shit in existence.
I wouldn't disagree with that a bit.
Was
Mumble
that
rap.
Shane said that? 'Cause
End quote. Shane Reed.
I think mumble rap is definitely tied right there with it because
Oh
it
my
is
God, I
is.
I've tried. Can't do it.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try that.
I just popped open 420 Juice, another 420 beer from 450 North. 420 at 450.
less.
Lots of numbers.
Jazz Cabbage Festival.
Jazz cabbage is my favorite. It's my favorite term.
Nick said that on last week's episode of Brews with Dudes. He said Jazz Cabbage Festival, and I can't get over it. Just him saying it.
Jazz cabbage and Satan's lawn clippings are
Yeah.
my favorite terms.
Hell yeah.
Well, it smells really good. It smells like a 450 beer.
Trying to get some of these.
Comments in.
Yeah.
It's a nice hazy beer. Want to try it?
Yeah. So, reading through one of Shane's comments, it says, Metallica changed, everyone else was driven to the underground or died in the 90s. And I wouldn't disagree with that. And I'm not going to argue your comment in any way, shape, or form. So don't look at this as me personally attacking you in the comments. But for Metallica in general, so many longtime Metallica fans bitch about Metallica. They sold out. They changed their sound. They're fucking almost 60 years old, okay? As you grow and develop as a human being, not just a fucking musician, your opinions and your life goals and who you are as a person changes. And though I would love for 80s Metallica to stick fucking 80s Metallica all the way, up until they quit making music forever.
Yeah.
You have to grow and evolve as a group and as people, and whether you want to or not, your sound is going to change a little bit, Though I am not a musician, I know enough about music to know that that's how it goes. And you kind of have to ride the ebb and flow of fucking capitalism. If you want to stay somewhat relevant, you have to give the people what they want. They are your fans. So if that's considered being a sellout to me, then what have you. I so be it. I would do the same thing. Ultimately they're doing it to make money, not just play music because music is fun.
Yeah.
I'm
a very big proponent for bands need to make the music that they want to make, not the music the fans want to make.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
And
I wouldn't disagree with that either.
Yeah.
So when I see people shit all over bands like All That Remains or Metallica,
That's very good, by the way.
Thank you. Well, I don't know why I said thank you.
Because you're an idiot.
Yes.
Go on.
Make it?
No, I did not. That's why I'm like, why did I say thank you? But no, like
enjoying this.
bands like All That Remains, like they're very different from
Yes.
where they were 4 albums ago. We are never going to get another Fall of Ideals, which is arguably their best CD.
And that's a good point because it goes hand in hand with what I was saying. You have something that transcends decades, and with All That Remains, something that transcends years.
Yes.
Metallica's gradual change to what they are now versus All That Remains, which was, for lack of a better descriptor, very, very quick. It was
very quick. They were fast.
They were there, and then they weren't, and then they were somebody different. So
yeah, and the thing is that it's not that they can't do that stuff anymore. Because I've seen them live; they can do it. They don't want to do that shit anymore,
right?
And you can't blame them.
No,
gets
you can't
boring
fault them
doing
for
this.
that.
It gets boring doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
I wholeheartedly agree that bands should do what they want to do.
I mean,
yes,
being in a band that of a genre that pretty much died in the 80s, I can already agree. I just love punk, and that's why we're playing it. That's why we all love punk.
Punk is such a rocky fucking road because it was so relevant, coming out of the 50s, going into the 60s, and then Vietnam and everything that happened. It was like, we need punk to keep doing this, and then it just fucking disappeared.
Pretty much about 87, 88 is when 87, 88 is when when punk kind of started.
Well, and it's
Do you remember when it resurfaced? Like when you and I were in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Like the pop punk kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Punk,
when
Punk
it went
Goes Pop Volume 4.
Oh my god.
Volume 400.
I miss those days.
I think ultimately what happened was punk just transitioned into grunge.
Sometimes, yeah, for the most part.
I think that's what happened, and then
or thrash metal.
Some of it.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both, but I think it just kind of got lost in the wash.
And there's so many different types of punk too. Like there's so many different types of metal, so many types of punk too. That it kind of veers into other shit.
The important part of punk, though, is anybody who is a music fan. I'm just going to say rock to kind of encompass everything.
Yeah.
If you walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, do you like rock?" "Yeah." "Hey, have you listened to the Ramones?" "Well, yeah, I know who the Ramones are."
Yeah.
Or were, at least you have, or the Sex Pistols. You have icons in your genre that are still relevant and recognizable today.
Yeah, exactly.
So, though I would agree the genre took a fucking nosedive in the 80s, it never truly died because it is still relevant. So
it's true.
Don't beat up on yourself there, Mr. Chips.
Shucks. I'm just trying to bring it back, man. The reason I got into punk is, I've always kind of liked punk. I'm a huge Dead Kennedys fan.
Yep.
I always loved Dead Kennedys.
Yep.
But to me, playing in a punk band and whatnot it's more of the energy and the fucking attitude. When I get on stage, I'm an awful musician. I don't play an instrument.
But you're having fun.
I'm barely on time. I just yell and I get all this shit out that I've had built up.
That's what punk's
people
about,
having a good
though.
time. I'm having a good time.
It's breaking all of the fucking social norms and the conformist attitude and all of the bullshit that we have to fucking put up with. All of the dad shit that I've experienced in my life, even before I was a dad, that's all conformist bullshit that we shouldn't have to do. I'm gonna fucking rant. Thank you for bringing me into a rant.
Oh, man.
No one on this earth has the right to fucking dictate what you do in your life but you. No one in your life has the right to tell you that you have to pay or don't get to, because of your sexual preference, get married. No one has the right to do that. You should not have to get a license to get fucking married. You should not have to get a license to own a fucking dog. You should not have to get a license to fish or hunt.
Yeah.
You should live as a fucking human being and go about your day without a fucking master. Bam.
Fuck yeah. Can we get married? I know you're already married, but can we get married again?
Yeah.
Because
we're in a domestic partnership, but we can make it official, you and I.
I want this because you're kind of like a me.
I'm all for this. I'm all for sharing.
Governments are bad, okay?
Not to derail that, but I feel like the hunting and stuff, like the hunting license, the fishing license thing, that money kind of goes back into the environment and
not necessarily
trying to protect those things.
They say it does.
They say, yeah, and I'm a guy that
it goes towards conservation.
Yeah, that's what I want to think.
Kind of.
That's what I want to think. Like all
you
of
can
our,
want to think all you
here's
want.
a perfect example. To get a boating license in the state of Indiana, if you are never ever going to operate that boat on a lake, you still have to pay a lake. I don't remember the exact term, but it's like a lake upkeep fee to get your boating license.
We got to make sure there aren't any holes in our lakes, potholes and anything.
You don't want any potholes in your lake. That's the last thing you want.
How fucking stupid is that?
We pay taxes so our roads look good. They don't.
God, that fucking intersection at 52 and Creasy.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking terrible.
So fucking bad.
They're getting there,
Awful.
though. They're goddamn getting there.
They're never going to get to that one. They can't shut that intersection down.
They've already started to.
Not at 52 and Creasy.
52 and Creasy? Bullshit.
They're doing the section in front of Tate and Lyle in the trailer park. The old trailer park.
Yeah.
They're not going to get to that intersection. They're going to stop right at that fucking stoplight.
It's too busy, I know. But they can do it. Work at night. The last time they fixed it up, they worked at night.
Vehicles run down that section of road 365 days a year, 24 hours a day.
They worked at night last time.
You're worked at night.
I used to be.
Me too.
Hey.
Me too.
I
That
have,
was a terrible
I have
job,
Snapchats
nerds.
from both
Me too.
Miranda and Jennifer. Jennifer says, I'm having a beer too.
Yeah, beers.
With the Wookiee filter. Good job,
That's my
Jennifer.
girl, Jennifer.
And she's drinking Bud Light, which sucks.
Is she on the island of Alaska?
The island of Alaska.
I did that.
She didn't know that Alaska was connected to Canada. She thought it was an island.
Fair enough. It's all
she's
right,
like,
it's all
how
right.
do people get there? Is there like a bridge?
So
And someone replied, yeah, it's called Canada.
We all know that Alaska is right next to Hawaii. Look at a map.
right.
Miranda
Right.
also
Well,
sent
come on.
this. She made an Oreo cake.
Oh fuck.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
What's going on in our chat feed? You haven't scrolled down in a while, and I feel like
No, this is it's up. It's going from the top now.
oh.
Shane says, totally agree. I wasn't shitting on 90s Metallica, just saying they changed based on the context of my previous content. They weren't 60 in the 90s. Which is fair.
Yeah.
Then he also says, punk went into everything else. Some people kept it true to the way it was, but thrash, grunge, hardcore, metalcore, etc.
They all take some influence.
All
Yeah, I
came
agree.
from punk mixed with other genres. Yeah, totally. Totally.
Yeah. What else we got?
Love
in
you,
there?
Shane.
That's...
Tyler almost killed Ryan with his mumble rap. Nailed it. Hell yeah. Ryan and I need to hang out. Ryan and Shane and I need to hang out
Yes.
more.
And Dave too.
And Dave too. Ryan and I had a good bro session Saturday
Did
night.
you?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
We talked a lot about Breaking Benjamin and music and all kinds of shit. Beer. We talked about beer for like 30 minutes.
Ryan?
Ryan, yeah.
Holy
Ryan
shit.
drinks like Miller Lite.
Pop Culture Cosmos shared Podcastrophe's post.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
Thanks, Pop Culture Cosmos. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys are the guys.
We love you.
Or the gals.
It's 2018.
Y'all are cool.
Whatever.
That's what I want to say. Y'all are cool.
Gender is fluid.
You is good people.
I hate you. I literally hate you.
Good. It makes for good chemistry on the show.
Yeah, it does. You got any more topics, Blaine? Because I got more topics and I like to talk a lot.
Go for it. I'm gonna look at my list. I think I already said both topics.
There was one that you mentioned to me that we have not brought up yet.
Oh yeah.
I got a short one before we do that one. So has everyone in this room now officially seen Infinity War?
Twice.
Okay, me too, twice. Him twice also. I don't want to dive into Infinity War because that's what we'll talk about the rest of the show, but
Yeah.
did you feel the same way your second viewing that you did the first?
No, not really.
Did you like it more or less?
I think I liked it more because I picked up more stuff. Because when I first saw it, it was just kind of like, once
you're in
kind of
awe.
overwhelmed. Yeah, it's like, oh my God. But then I picked up more stuff like, more like the Thanos stuff. Because Thanos to me is the best Marvel universe, the Marvel film universe villain of all time.
Definitely. Nobody has been done better than Thanos. I mean, and he's the star of this movie, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
All of the heroes are supporting characters. Thanos is the main character.
He is the
of this
main.
film.
Yes.
So
And I thought it was just well written. The comedy I thought was spot on. Like some Marvel
wasn't
comedy.
forced. It was
Exactly.
not forced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the way they basically told 3 or 4 different stories and then all of them coinciding with each other and happening all at once and then them all coalescing and coming together. It was really fucking cool how they all played into each other.
Thor has now, through Ragnarok and Infinity War, cemented himself truly in the MCU. The first, argue with me if you want, anybody that listens to this podcast, the first Thor film was fucking garbage. I'm one of the only people out there that likes the second one. The second one was better than the first one. Changed my fucking mind. Ragnarok was good. I think the comedy was too over the top.
In parts, yeah.
There were parts where it was just
is
this just a comedy?
Right. They took too much from Planet Hulk and mashed it into a Thor story.
The beginning of it, I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because I'm like, this seems way too comedic and too forced. But I kind of grew into it and ended up enjoying it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love the film.
I just love the fact that it was like 90% improv. Like
yes.
And
that's hard to do. That's so hard to do.
Not to mention the director took his not only was he directing the movie, but he played several extras on top of Korg.
Piss off, Ghost.
Piss off, Ghost.
Right. But Thor has now cemented himself in the total MCU. He's now the only person that can lead the team if Cap and Stark both go, which I think they're going to do in the next film. So yeah, I loved it. I just like you, I picked up a lot of stuff my second viewing, and it was very inconsequential things, like when Thanos is meeting Gamora for the first time, when we're seeing baby Gamora for the first time, you hear them
adorable,
right? You hear them all talking. Well, the first time I saw the film, I never saw him. This time around, I saw them all actually standing there in front of the gazebo where he takes Gamora into. So it was little shit like that. I noticed a lot of stuff. You know, you can pay a lot more attention to facial expressions.
Yeah, because you already know what's going to happen. Right. Now you can focus on like the details and stuff.
So I definitely the best film in over a decade of filmmaking from Marvel and Disney. And I look forward to Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think that one's going to be really, really good.
I think it is too, and I think we're gonna. I mean, yeah, it's going to be very comedy based. It's Paul Rudd,
right?
It's Paul Rudd.
Who would have ever thought that Paul Rudd could play Scott Lang? Right. But God, he did a fucking good job.
He did, and then we're gonna get Captain Marvel, which I'm very interested in. Yeah. I don't know hardly anything about Captain Marvel.
It'll be interesting. I don't either. I know a good amount about Captain Marvel. It'll be interesting to see what direction they take with Brie Larson as that character, because there's so many different iterations of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's
my favorite.
But it'll be interesting to see how they kind of mash it all together, because that ultimately, over the last decade, that's what they've done. They take a little bit of this comic and a little bit of this cartoon and a little bit more from this other comic series, and they mash it all together, and then they write their own stuff on top of it. And then we get, Infinity War, which is gold, So,
yes.
I just want to say, so I saw it twice, and everybody was telling me you're gonna notice things that you didn't see before, and I didn't notice anything I didn't see in the first movie. Maybe I'm just that astute to things, but and then people were like, oh yeah, did you notice this? I'm like, yeah, I noticed that the first time.
Yeah,
like you just said, Ebony Maw in the Gamora scene.
That's not. Ebony Maw. Thank you.
But he's referred to as the Maw in the movie, so I get
the one thing I didn't notice after twice. Apparently, there's Arrested Development Easter egg.
I noticed that. I did notice that. I looked for it the second time.
I didn't see it.
It's in the corner, and you barely notice it.
Because I saw it. I wouldn't watch the second time mainly for that. I'm like, I'm going to catch it, and I missed it.
It's there, and it exists.
I just suck.
We all suck, Dave. We're human beings.
Damn right.
I didn't get
to
fucking love you.
I didn't get to join the Journey into Comics 4 hours journey, or the 4-hour Journey into Comics Infinity War special.
God, I was so fucking tired after
that.
I
bet.
4 hours?
It was a 4-hour podcast.
Brandon and I talked for 2 hours, and then everybody else collectively talked for 2 hours.
And the way they did it was they started it here. They started with Nate and Veronica. Then they went to Andrew Poor of the Poor Report. And then they went to Tyler and Brando. And then they went back to Nate and Veronica. And then they jumped like in the movie. Mm-hmm. It jumps from these different places.
Huh, that's cool.
And it was really cool. It was really cool. Did they call Black Dwarf Cole Obsidian? Yes, they did. They actually never mentioned him by name in the movie,
nope.
But that is Cole Obsidian in the movie. He's one of he's one of the children of Thanos.
Yes.
But I did not get to be part of that because Mr. Pod Daddy Nate Phillips
didn't want you to do anything.
No, he waited until 10:30 Sunday night when I am literally crawling into bed to go to sleep for work the next day. Hey, are you busy? Actually, AP said, hey, are you busy? And then next thing I know, I have a group chat with him and Nate both asking, and they're talking about me coming to record my segment for it. I'm like, I'm in bed. I'm in bed. My roommate's asleep. Like, I'm not going to go. If I get up to go record that, which I really wanted to, one, I'd get all hyped up and wouldn't be able to sleep. Two,
That podcast didn't need to be any longer than it already was.
no, it didn't. It didn't. So, no.
Yeah, I didn't want to suck us down the Infinity War rabbit hole, but
Just slightly.
just slightly.
It
just a touch.
was definitely worth a mention because
A little suck.
Baby.
Sometimes you just need a little suck.
It was definitely worth a mention because, like, we haven't talked about it on the show yet, and I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about it. But that's fine. That's fine. I've talked about it. I've said my piece.
You and
in
I have
person.
talked about it a lot.
Yeah, and I've said what I've needed to say about it. I can only have the same conversation so many times,
Right.
especially with the same people. That movie was fucking phenomenal. It's one of my favorite movies.
I do like Shane's comment that it still doesn't top Winter Soldier, and in my opinion, Winter Soldier and Guardians 1 are still tied for the best films in the franchise.
I would say this beats Winter Soldier for me. For me.
As a standalone film with no prior knowledge necessary, it doesn't.
You're right.
But overall, greatest film in the universe. But Guardians
Standalone,
1
you're
and
right.
Winter Soldier are both 10s for me.
Oh.
So
Guardians 1 is one of my favorite.
Guardians 1 is probably
if you separated
second or third
Guardians
for me.
from the Marvel universe,
It's fine.
it can stand on its own as a sci-fi
Exactly,
film.
it's fine.
There's not very many movies that can say that they could do that.
Yeah.
So, but the reason I brought the Infinity War tangent up was here.
It's just going off in the chat. He's like,
Just Shane.
he goes, I don't think they'll ever. It's awesome, but still doesn't beat Winter Soldier. I don't think they'll ever beat that. Did they call Black Dwarf Cole Obsidian? And then he's like, they aren't his fucking kids. Fuck. They're called the Black Order. Fuck.
Yes, to everything he's saying. But we're gonna go see Deadpool in IMAX here soon.
Yes, we are.
Are you?
Yeah, we are. We don't see the biggest film of our lifetime in fucking
I
IMAX.
really wish I had.
Yo, I do too. That score, the fucking soundtrack of that fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, hearing that fucking rattle your ears at 11. But I'm excited to see Deadpool, and I'm excited to go to IMAX again because
I am too.
the last film that I saw in IMAX was Interstellar.
Force Awakens.
Oh, so jealous.
Me too.
That was my very first IMAX experience too. I went and saw
Really?
that with Nick Torres at 4 a.m.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, so we worked that Saturday, and we were on night shift. So the only other showing was, I think it was at 2 o'clock, or yeah, it was at 2 o'clock. So if we were to have worked, or no, it was at, what time was it?
Time is a construct. It doesn't matter.
So if we were to have worked 10 hours that night, just by a chance, we would have worked until 2 a.m. So that, I think it was like 3 o'clock was the next earliest time. So we're like, nope. So no, maybe it was 1 a.m. Whatever it was, but either way, we couldn't make it if we worked 10 hours. So we chose the 4 a.m. slot.
Okay.
Movie got done at 6. We got home maybe about almost 8 o'clock, I think. And yeah, we went to the State Theater, the State Museum.
Okay, yeah.
Theater, which is the biggest in the state. Wow, that was my first IMAX, and just holy wow.
Holy wow!
I can't wait to see Deadpool in it though.
I would like to go to IMAX again. It's been a long time.
Well, it's expensive.
Yeah,
it is considerably
can
more
be.
expensive.
And like the hour drive or so.
I always rant about I'll do it again because I always do when I'm on a podcast. But whenever I go to the movies, it's all about the experience. If the movie that I'm seeing is good on top of the experience, then that's a bonus to me. As long as it justifies the $10 movie ticket that I buy and the $80 that I spend on concessions, I'm happy.
Right.
And I'm almost to the point now where I'm not going to get Movie Pass, just because I don't go to the movies enough to justify spending $120 a year.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't see a movie twice. I saw someone.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
That's that's kind of what drove me away. So
that kind of fucked me and Miranda over for my second viewing of Infinity War because I used it, and she used her movie pass on Tyler, so him and I can go see it Saturday, and then Tuesday she wants to go see it, so I'm like, oh, and neither of us can use our movie pass because we already used it on Saturday.
See, that's bullshit.
But luckily it was a Tuesday and it was cheap.
Yeah, it's like $7 Tuesday.
Yeah, we paid like I think $12 total for all that.
Take this and read it. So yeah, I'm really pumped for Deadpool. I think as popular, Deadpool 1 was kind of a cult classic.
I agree. I'm not a huge Deadpool fan, but I really enjoyed the movie.
I am not a super fan of the character, kind of the same way that I'm not a super fan of Deathstroke in DC.
Fair enough, yeah.
They're
yeah.
essentially the same character,
person.
just mirror images of each other.
Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson.
Right. I really love what Ryan Reynolds added to the character.
I do too.
It's Ryan fucking Reynolds. To pick yourself up by your fucking bootstraps and crawl out of the ashes of Green Lantern and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Which they poke more fun at,
right?
Even in just the trailer for
that
Deadpool
guy.
2.
This guy has fucking done it. So, props to you. I really want to see this movie succeed. And then we've got Solo right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
like a week after that, right? Or 2 weeks.
Solo comes out Memorial Day weekend.
So a week after.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, yeah.
I'll be in Texas watching that with my Faja.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be able to use my movie. Miranda will be able to use her movie pass on
herself. I don't
herself.
always have to use her movie pass. You say that like I have claim. Yeah. I have staked my claim. Miranda pays for my movie pass. Bitch.
It's fucked up.
The world's fucked up.
Yeah, I know that.
Be regular gay.
Fuck.
So moving forward, I have a topic, and I think we're gonna close with this topic. If you could make a Telltale game, Telltale games being those like kind of create your own adventure while still being kind of structured. Like you have you have choices, and there's so many different ways you can go about this game. Like there's a Walking Dead one, there's a Batman one, there's a Game of Thrones one,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's a holy shit.
Back to the Future.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about any of those. I've never played a Telltale game, and I don't ever have.
I've only played one.
I have no desire to play any of them.
I always liked when I was a kid reading those books.
Yeah,
the create your own adventure books.
Yeah, I found mine the other day.
If you choose this option, turn to page 148. If you choose this option, just turn the page. I bought a zombie apocalypse book that's structured that way. Like I want to say 2008, maybe. So in between the fantastic remake of Dawn of the Dead and World War Z, kind of right in between that, The
movie was all right.
World War Z was not fantastic.
No.
Dawn of the Dead,
yes.
The remake is fantastic.
Yes.
That is George A. Romero fucking, yes. Minus the running zombies. But, I bought one of those books, and I fucking read that book like 7 different times. Mm-hmm. Because what the fuck's gonna happen? And it got to the point where I would bookmark myself and fucking read. Oh, fuck, I don't like this outcome.
Do over. No.
And then I would go back to where I was, so...
Yeah, Telltale games. So if you could make one, like what are your top like worst possible Telltale games? Like what universes could you put a Telltale?
Tremors.
I feel like a Tremors Telltale game would be pretty all right. No, I'm talking like scenarios that it just doesn't make sense in.
I have a few.
I had some, and this was supposed to be a topic like 4 weeks ago. Because Cameron and I were talking about it at work, and he mentioned some, and I'm like, that's fucking brilliant and stupid as fuck. I wish I remembered any of them.
Okay. Well, I have one right out of the gate. Alf.
Yes! Alf, I would play the shit out of Alf
Telltale game.
Do you imagine how fucking bad that game would be?
It'd be so bad.
It's about eating cats.
Alf's eating cats and butt fucking people and shit.
It'd be so great.
I always picture Alf as a sexual deviant.
I bet he is. He is.
He's fucking munching on a cat while he's laying the pipe on some cat. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
What about a King of Queens Telltale game?
Oh, God.
I would actually like that because I would just nail Carrie over and over again.
Oh yeah,
Constantly.
Leah
You know
Remini.
I'm fucking right there. You know I'm fucking right.
yeah, buddy. I have one. I have several. But
Let's hear them.
this is my first one, and I'll go with my number one. I'll wait for later.
Because I actually told you had
Yeah,
pretense.
yeah.
I told you, I let you know. I'm like, hey, what are the worst possible Telltale games you
And
could
I
come
thought
up
of
with?
several. The ones that I'm going to bring, JFK tells us. You know, it starts all right. You got the Marilyn Monroe part. You know,
yeah,
it's
that'd
good.
be good.
You got that.
Just replay that
But you
one
know
over
how it
and over.
ends, though. You know,
Bang.
you're dead, and your wife is covered in your own brains. You know,
Maybe we would actually figure out what happened to JFK if we had a Telltale game.
exactly.
Can we get a bacon strips commercial Telltale game?
What?
That's just dumb.
Exactly.
Here's
It's-
one for you. Flubber.
Oh wow.
Flubber
Deep
the Telltale
cut.
game.
You're playing as fucking Robin Williams in Telltale games.
I want to play as Flubber.
Oh, you want to play as Flubber? Okay.
What are you gonna do? Bounce around, cause mayhem, or bounce around again?
I'm gonna go in people's assholes.
That's the DLC.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
Did you finish that other
So
one?
my number one
I've only
Telltale
had
game.
one beer.
I thought of this today. Number one Telltale game I've got John Wayne Gacy.
Oh,
The Telltale game.
Jesus fuck. Wow.
Well, fuck, you might as well do all the other fucked up people like
Dahmer the Telltale game?
fucking Jeffrey
Wow.
Dahmer, the fucking Telltale game. Here's one for you. Puritans, the Telltale game.
Oh, God.
I saw you looking at that other man. I'm going to beat you to death.
Press X rapidly.
Oh.
Thou shalt not eat wheat.
I'm desperately trying to think of the ones that we came up with.
The Trail of Tears, the Telltale
Oh,
game.
I think that was actually one of them. I genuinely think that was one of them.
Shots fired.
Oh my god, because Cameron can't even remember them.
Well, he's retarded.
Yeah. Cameron, if
shouldn't
you're out
say
there,
that.
you're retarded.
I'm a big mental health and special needs advocate, and I make fun of
We haven't had a comment for a little bit.
retarded people all the time.
Shane's been slack-a-lacking.
Shane, are you ghosting us right now?
Yeah, I
you
think
son of a
Shane's
bitch.
done. I mean, even though he's having trouble commenting.
What was his
as well.
last comment?
I have to comment twice because it's keeping one on deck every time I comment. So yeah, he's having trouble commenting.
Did you die?
Don't be died.
That he apparently that's
God,
been
I
that's
love
been an
you.
issue because he mentioned that earlier and he's still
And
been
we just ignored it.
and he's still been commenting. So apparently it's not that big of an issue. So I don't know what your deal is now.
Only the
but
strong survive.
You're slacking.
If he dies, he dies.
Thank you. God!
He says he comments. Ugh.
Hell yeah.
No, I'm here. Trail of Tears.
Telltale games.
Auschwitz, the Telltale game.
Oh, God.
I feel like that was another one. I feel like it
Watergate,
was.
the Telltale games.
Huh?
Watergate.
Oh.
Yeah. Sounds good. It's not my best.
Casting couch.
Oh,
Yes! I played the shit out of that one.
I'd play some fucking backroom casting couch.
Wait a minute. This furniture looks familiar. Oh, fuck.
Why is there a black leather love seat in here?
That is a future goal for Podcastrophe.
We're gonna have a studio with a black leather love seat.
yes for
That's going to be Dave's couch, just so you know.
if you're here.
It's gonna be our couch.
Well, I'll even put it on
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Dave's casting couch. We'll have a label maker. Put a label maker on it.
Please.
And just be like this little tiny label.
It's gonna
across it.
it's gonna be a little tiny label and then a big fucking arrow, but the arrow is gonna be a dick.
Yeah, Dick Arrow.
Title.
The Sanctum of Dicks.
Episode title.
Yeah, I've said so many episodes.
What were
good
the
ones.
ones we had earlier?
I don't remember. You'd have to go back to the beginning.
Hate Penetration.
That
What
was
it?
one.
That's it. Hate penetration.
Any other Telltale games?
Oh, man, I kind of blew my load with JFK and Telltale game.
I was particularly fond of Trail of Tears.
That sounds
Telltale.
good.
Bill Clinton, the Telltale game.
That's the best one.
You get to see Monica Lewinsky up close.
And personal.
And you get to fly to the Virgin Islands and fuck 13-year-old girls every year. But we don't give a shit about that because all we care about's Trump. You fueled a rant.
Oh, no.
I'm going to hold myself back.
Is
Press X rapidly.
So is that all we got for the Telltale games?
I think so.
All right.
Let me roll through my list real quick just to make sure we didn't leave anything out. Because it's been a couple weeks since I brought a topic list.
I've been kind of carrying us a little bit.
You've actually been contributing more than 30%.
Which is a travesty. I should not go above 30%. I shouldn't go above 40.
So
40 is my limit.
I do have a question. So when I lived in Germany, there was a lot of fucked up laws. One of the laws that they had, and I'm not 100% sure if they still have it or not, but so in Germany you can't get your driver's license until you're 18. And if you take your driver's test on a manual vehicle, then you can drive both automatic and manual. If you take your driver's test on an automatic car, you can never be caught driving a manual vehicle. While you have that license, you would have to go retest on a manual vehicle to get that license. That's how it was the last time I was there. That was over 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was over 10 years ago at this point. Do you think that... Now, granted, I'm going to preface this with most of the laws that we have are bullshit. I don't believe in masters, death to the government, all that shit.
No masters, no rulers.
Yeah, the true definition of anarchy is without master, not without fucking law. You can have laws without politicians, folks. It's called being a regular gay.
Gay.
Regular fucking gal. Go to the fucking bubbler, get some fucking water, be a regular fucking person.
George Washington Lincoln for president.
Yes, thank you.
I am the Antichrist.
But do you think, of all things that we need to crack down on legislatively, that fucking driver's licenses and fucking automobile laws in general are something that we need to fucking crack down on? Because, okay, legitimately, I'm on my way here. I'm on Creasy. I'm in the right lane, right in front of Menards. And there's a fucking Dodge Neon left of me, okay? And I'm watching these guys. Without fucking looking, he just goes, turn signal, wham! And he almost fucking hit me. I had to slam on my brakes. He did not look in his rearview mirror. His fucking eyes were locked forward, not looking any other fucking direction. He didn't look in his right mirror. He didn't look in his fucking left mirror. He just fucking flicked that turn signal and went.
Yeah, but peripherals, bro. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm not serious.
I want to shove my mic stand so far up your ass.
That is a joke.
And I want to
It
watch.
can record your fucking voice. This is a legitimate question.
Because I really think that most people that fucking drive a car don't know how to fucking drive.
No, they don't.
No.
Well, there's a lot of fucked up things that happen. So Texas, Houston specifically, Houston is now still the fastest growing city in our nation. At one point, 2 years ago, they had 7,000 to 10,000 Vietnamese immigrants coming to Houston a month. That's 7,000 to 10,000 people leaving their country and coming to Houston, Texas a month. The city government, the state government, dictated that they did not need to have driver's licenses. If they can say that they passed a driver's licensure exam in their home country, they did not need to do anything here. They could just basically go to the BMV, get a driver's license, and go on. That's not right.
No,
that's not fucking right.
I agree to that. I agree to that.
No.
But it goes even farther than that because we have people like Dodge Neon guy with his stupid fucking haircut and his vape.
Vape Nation, bro.
Vape Nation. Vape Squad! I could have seriously been injured.
Yeah.
What if he didn't have fucking insurance? Well, that costs...
Probably doesn't.
That costs taxpayer dollars. So, why aren't we cracking down on this shit? We're worried about a fucking green plant that literally is not a hindrance to anyone other than the medical industry and the opioid crisis, which is why we're in Afghanistan, and I've talked about that a couple times on the show now.
Yeah. You bring it up at least once an episode.
Well, it's a big fucking deal. People argue with me. No, we're there
People
to fight.
don't know.
We're there to fight fucking terrorists. No, we're there to secure the fucking opium. We can't do it in Asia, so we do it in Afghanistan. There's more fucking opium in Afghanistan than there is in all of Asia anyway.
I like how you brought up that we're there to fight terrorists. No, terrorist is it's a perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And anybody who's against us is apparently a terrorist.
Now, granted, I think we should kill them all. But
the real
Metallica album,
the real ones, yes.
We should fucking kill them all. If someone stabs you with a stick, you grab that stick and you stab them to death. You do not show weakness. You never falter. You fucking, if they damage you, you kill them all, and then you're the big boy on the block, and then nobody fucks with you. If someone else fucks with you, you kill them all.
How do you feel about Trump wanting to back out of the Iran deal?
Well, he's not wanting to back out of it. He did back out of it.
Oh, I mean, sorry.
It's official.
I guess I'm a little behind.
There's a lot of propaganda circulating right now on the internet and Facebook that it's now going to cost hundreds of thousands of American jobs, and it's taken away from world peace, and okay, the job thing. Iran wanted, I think it was Boeing, was going to repopulate their commercial airline fleet as long as this deal went through, because we're not allowed in Iran.
No.
Now that Trump has backed out of this deal with Iran, now Boeing can't go in there and make money, which is paying people to make airplanes for Iran. I don't give two fucks about Iran. It's a desert. There's nothing there except opium and oil. Fuck them. You know what we need to focus on? We need to focus on roads.
I thought that deal was for, like, nuclear shit.
Yes.
Nuclear weapons.
Nuclear?
Nuclear. Yeah, nuclear weapons.
Yeah. You have to take that with a grain of salt. Why did we initially go into Iraq?
Because Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction.
Okay, not just weapons of mass destruction. He was legitimately gassing people.
Yes.
He was committing genocide. He was killing people. Mm-hmm. And the Ba'athist Party were just westernized Muslims that wore suits and kind of conformed to our idea of democracy and bullshit. He started to do some shit that wasn't kosher in our mind, so... Well, what are we going to tell Congress? Oh, fuck, they bombed the two towers with fucking airplanes. And
they funded terrorism.
And he's got fucking WMDs. We got to go get him. Boom. We secured the oil. We secured the fucking opium. What else do we need? Nothing. Let's back out of this fucking dump. We've already secured everything. And then it all starts to become normal again. Iraq is somewhat stable.
Yeah.
What do we go next? Pakistan and Afghanistan. They got shit we want. They got oil and they got fucking opium. Let's go get that shit. It's all just a big ball of fuck.
It's imperialism without taking over the country itself.
Yep.
We need to get back to that. We legitimately, and I hate to say it because I always preach the without master.
Colonizers.
Without master mantra so much. I preach that fucking propaganda so much. But there are legitimately people out there that need to be held in check.
Mm-hmm.
Somalia, for example, is a lawless, desert-filled, zero contributing, pirate-filled, fucking scum-infested shithole. They contribute nothing on a worldwide level, and all they do is kill each other. And as much as I preach my bullshit, there's a lot of things that I cannot stand for. Genocide. I cannot condone genocide in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Unless it's killing people that are attacking you. If someone
or juggalos.
If someone draws blood on you, which juggalos have done to our society, If someone draws blood on you, you kill them all. You fucking eradicate the threat. Done and over with. We did it with the Native Americans. It was not right, but we did it. With the...
I don't know if I agree with that, but let's go forward.
Well, think about it. We came, initially, it was basic contact. There were some misunderstandings. Some of our people died, some of their people died. And then the misunderstanding got taken to 11. It was war on the white people, war on the white-ish people, the olive-skinned people, the Spaniards. Okay, well, it's either we survive here or you survive here. We can't both coexist here. All right, well, either you pack your shit and leave or we're going to kill you all. Well, we killed them all, pretty much.
They have weapons of mass destruction.
Yes. So,
thank you for contributing to that.
Obviously, some of my opinions are contradicting viewpoints. Hitler killing the Jews, that's not okay.
Nope.
Killing Jews is bad.
Well,
I'm glad we agree on that.
Well,
because like I said earlier, I'd hate to hit you.
Right. So, it's a really fucking wishy-washy subject because
make for good.
What Hitler did in 1930s, 1940s Germany is unacceptable. What Stalin did in communist Russia, post-imperialistic Russia, is unacceptable. What Mao Zedong did in China is unacceptable. What Pol Pot did is unacceptable.
Armenian genocide.
Thank you. Bosnia, fucking killing, the shit that happened in Bosnia and Kosovo.
Yes.
That's unacceptable. They deal with that shit in Palestine fucking every day. The Israelis and fucking Palestinians just can't get along. One of them's got to be the big dog, or we're going to deal with this shit for the rest of our lives. And one way or another, it affects us all. So you either be the guy carrying a big stick, or you're the guy getting hit with the big stick. I vote for being the guy with the big stick myself.
Roosevelt.
Damn right.
That actually wasn't Roosevelt, but
carry a big stick.
Walk softly and carry a big stick. Look up who that was.
I'm pretty sure that was Teddy Roosevelt.
I thought that was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I'm pretty sure it was Adams.
I'm so glad you lightened the mood right there. I was about to say, like, hey, Dave, save something funny.
But the point is, we are locked up in so many different conflicts. Vietnam was not a war. The war on terror is not a war. These are all conflicts. We have not been at war since the Korean War. That was a legitimate war. We fucking invaded Korea.
Korea.
World War II allowed us to pull ourselves out of the Depression. That's the only reason that our nation rebounded.
Yeah, because it created tons of jobs.
Wars fund economies.
Yes, they do.
Economies fail without war unless you have an economical structure where everyone benefits all the time. In capitalism, and just in general, we are never going to have these utopiistic fucking ideals where everyone is healthy all the time and everybody has free healthcare and blah 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 blah, all the bullshit. It's a fucking dog eat dog world. Take care of your fucking self. Nobody is self-sufficient anymore. Nobody knows how to do fucking shit.
No, we don't. We suck.
But Trump is all of our problems. Obama was all of our problems. Bush was all of our problems. The problem is the government, not the people that are in the government. The problem is the government as a whole.
Fucking precisely.
Bam.
Fucking precisely. Dave, say something funny.
Yeah, I'm done with my rant.
Put me on the spot in here. I don't know. I agree. Fuck the government.
That's funny enough.
We all need more huggies, though.
We all need more huggies.
No, you were right. You were actually right.
Thank you.
Good job for you finally being right once.
Ooh.
I know some history.
Some.
We're both pretty good on the history front. You know definitely more than me, but
I just like listening to you guys. You guys are just beautiful
Are you erect
creatures.
right now?
Slightly.
I hope he is.
I am.
I just finished my 420 nugget or 420 juice, and like the last taste I had was like a taste of spicy. I was like, "Whoa!"
Really?
That was in my throat.
That was in my throat.
Like I'm gonna be later.
That's the name of my new porn.
Oh boy. No, I got some.
That was in my throat.
That was in my throat.
I got some chicken bacon ranch pasta waiting for me.
I can fucking smell it.
I know I've been smelling it for an hour.
I can't
I'm
smell.
ready for
You're
it.
an hour.
So
oh, suck it, bitch.
I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and end this. So
I just incoherently ranted for like 20 minutes.
That's okay.
And I loved every fucking minute.
I know.
I contradicted myself like 6 different times.
I noticed that. I didn't bring it up.
I love hearing you rant because like it opens my mind to things because you talk about some things that I don't know about.
People just need to.
I
think
learned
more.
from you.
Yeah,
I learned from you a
job
lot,
there.
and
Well,
I
I've
like
said
that.
it almost every episode I've been on. Form your own opinions. What I say is not gospel. I have ideals based on the experiences that myself and the people close to me have had in their lives. There are very few things in life that you cannot change about someone. I cannot come to you and tell you that your beliefs are wrong. They are legitimately what you believe. If you have an opinion, I have the ability to change that. Whether it's my own bullshit opinion, you like my opinion better than yours, or I actually give you shit that's real, and you're like, man, my opinion was wrong. I can change that. But if you believe in something, if you believe in God, I cannot tell you that God is not real and that you are an idiot for believing in him, because that is your belief.
Mm-hmm.
That does not make beliefs right.
No, it does not.
So the point is, form your own opinions, educate yourself.
Yes.
Every day I wake up and I educate myself on something. Our education system is so bullshit to begin with. It's up to us to educate ourselves and educate each other.
Yeah.
It's up to us to challenge each
sheep.
other. It's
Yeah,
up to
don't
us
be
to
sheep,
challenge each
exactly.
other and grow
Choose to exist.
together. Because if we don't do these things, we are going to continue to buttfuck ourselves.
Samesies.
And we don't want to continue samesies.
We don't want samesies.
No more
ourselves.
samesies.
What about people juice?
What about sheep? Can I fuck the sheep?
Dave, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me. This has been a blast.
I've wanted you back for so long.
Oh,
Tyler has too.
I've always wanted to
wanted
be-
you back longer than he has. I'm just going to say that.
We've wanted.
I've always
wanted
wanted
you
to be on
back.
the show. I love doing this kind of stuff.
Yes.
I would like to do my own podcast one of these days.
You might be able to.
Hint, hint, foreshadowing.
Hopefully you do that.
I'm vegan.
So, Dave, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me ramble.
I love it. I love it.
Do you have anything you want to plug? So, like a shitty band or anything?
The premier shitty band.
Lafayette's premier shitty punk band.
Yes.
They're not doing anything that great.
Do
They do have a split EP coming out.
Do they drink
fairly soon.
stouts?
They drink stouts.
You guys do stouts?
I said that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm good at saying stuff. That's pretty much what I'm good at. I'm good at, like, saying things
And doing stuff.
and doing stuff. Sometimes taking shirts off.
Yeah, you did. You took your shirt off, and I was hard the whole time.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Just don't care.
I've talked enough, for the
Thank-
love of God.
thank you for being one of the greatest co-hosts ever. Love having you on this show.
Are we going to make out
The
after
show has
this? Yes.
been great
Should.
ever since you joined.
Yes.
Dave, again, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
As always, you can check us out every week, every Wednesday.
You plugged already, you
around
son of a bitch.
5:30. I have not plugged, actually.
Yeah, you did. You went on a whole Google
That was
Play,
different.
Spotify.
That was different.
No, it was not!
That was different. So, every week at around 5:30 on Wednesdays, you can check us out live on Facebook. If not, literally the next day, you get us in audio form on the Journey into Comics network, which you can subscribe to on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, and yeah, check us out. Subscribe
Do
to
it.
You get a bunch of other shows too, like The Poor Report and Foodies Watching Movies and Brews with Dudes, of course.
Yeah.
You gotta love that show.
They drink beer too,
They drink
but not
beer
as
too.
good as us.
I think they're a little better at it. They're getting a lot more like us because they keep just talking about other things. more than
Tomato,
drinking
tomato.
beer.
You son of a bitch.
Tomato, tomato. You know what they say.
Tomato, potato.
Please, guys, make every day
Do it with me, Dave. Hold on, go ahead.
a big dick day.
Here it is. I know what we're saying, so I just said it.
Bye, guys.
Woke up this morning with my dick in my hand. Girlie's to the right of me, just like I planned. It's gonna be a big dick day. 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 Big dick day. It's gonna be a big dick day. It's gonna be a big dick day. It's gonna be a big dick day.